Hey, Rick, turn down the symbol slightly.
Let's see here.
Oh, hey, guys.
Oh, hey, what's up, guys? Don't worry about it.
Hey, guys.
Is that better?
That's good.
That's good?
What are you doing?
Now
over
we can
there?
see your hair good.
Oh, yeah. Thanks.
Now it's
Thanks
perfect.
a lot. So, hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Awesome Talk, Season 11, Episode 7 on June 11, 2019. We have a great show for you tonight. I would like to open up tonight with just a nice, solid clinky from everybody around the bar this evening. All right.
Cheers,
Tonight, Tonight, first off, can everybody hear us? I want to make sure that Stones has done everything correctly, and that there are no issues. Stones is filling in tonight for Matt
Stone
Lahosi.
said earlier today he does it right because he does it twice. So let's just assume this is being fucked up right now because this is only number one.
This is only the first time. So he's mad at me because I turned down something I wasn't supposed to. But
well, you guys already talked.
I remembered what I did, so I could fix it real quick, and he'll see that I could fix it real quick.
Don't fix it. Don't touch anything.
I didn't mean to fuck it up. So anyway, we have a great show tonight. I want to introduce our guest this evening. Awesome Talk alumni, overlord of SuperTeamH2.com, John Lacki is here.
Thanks. Lacki. Yep. Thanks for having me. Great to be back.
And one-man band extraordinaire, who we haven't seen in way too fucking long, man. Keith Kenny is here tonight, man. And we're going to get a big performance from Keith Kenny tonight, man. I'm really, really excited about that. That's going to be great. I know, yeah, he's got all kinds of stuff set up back here. It's like he unloaded a pickup truck.
It'd be amazing if he did this sound check for like the past hour, and then when it was time for him to perform, he just did like a 2-hour-long monologue.
Yeah.
And with like one spotlight that he brought, like didn't touch any of the equipment.
Just props.
And it's like amazing too. We're like, holy shit, dude.
I wish I had remembered my glasses. Hey, what's up, Rob? Hey, my mom's in the chat. Hey, Greg's in the chat. What's up? Dude, Greg's like, oh my god, it's Keith Kenny. It is Keith Kenny, man. You see that.
Greg.
Why do I have this? What is
Did
this?
he move somewhere far
did.
away?
I see that every
did
time you
indeed.
start that.
Yeah.
He moved to the land of Oz.
Yeah.
North Carolina or something?
Yeah.
So I'm
Where
going
you
to do...
at, Greg?
Yeah, what's up? So we're going to do a classic around the bar before we get started. I am your host, Rick.
I'm Matt.
Keith? John?
Rob.
Pat?
Center.
Stones.
Hey, what's up, man? All right. Well, good job with that, everybody. Welcome.
Thanks.
Good job.
Good job.
So I want to get a topic. Man, there's more people coming in. I can't see because I forgot my glass. Stephen Van Buren's in the chat. Amy is in the chat. What's up? Welcome.
I thought
Welcome.
that said Andy Dufresne.
Andy Dufresne.
I thought we were starting out with a fucking...
Oh, Amy.
And then there was Andy Dufresne.
Let's see here.
Is that Hudson? Not Hudsucker Proxy.
So I want to start with an article that I saw a couple of weeks ago.
Some movie, Shawshank.
Wait,
Where-
can I ask a question
Yeah, go
before
ahead.
you start? Has anyone been interested in the E3 presentations? Like, I'm just trying to
Watched a
gauge
lot
how
of
many
E3
people are
presentations.
into it to know if it's something that can be
Yeah,
talked about.
I'm into it. There was a couple surprises, a couple good things I saw.
Yeah.
E3?
Yeah, the
It's the
video,
video
game
game-
Video game
presentations,
stuff. Okay,
basically.
nope. I
Yeah.
haven't had a
Just-
console since Sega
See, I
Genesis.
assumed,
Oh,
it
man.
wouldn't be a
Oh,
topic
man.
that
It's
we discussed.
it's basically
I
a
wasn't
conference
sure.
every year
Yeah,
that
just set yourself
they
up.
release new stuff. And,
Alright, whatever.
It's
We're all
marketing. They just
Never
try to
mind.
sell to us.
I didn't watch it.
Well, Cyberpunk 2077 looks good. That's
Oh,
for
Sure
sure.
does.
Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
Keanu Reeves is in it.
I told John
Dude.
that I want it to be that it's not Keanu Reeves, but it's Neo.
Yeah. Dude, Keanu Reeves is fucking everywhere right
Yeah,
now.
he's like-
and that guy does everything
He's
right.
doing
He's the new
voiceovers and
Chuck
cartoons
Norris.
and shit now.
I
He
just-
Yeah,
replaced.
I just
Chuck
saw that
Norris.
today.
But he's
Yeah.
better than
That,
Chuck
yeah.
Norris.
Well, yeah, he handed him the keys of.
Did you guys see all the
guy.
pictures going around of,
He's
of
fucking Ted Theodore Logan. Like,
And that's coming back,
yeah,
too.
that's coming back too. There's a sequel coming to that.
Yeah, but like, that's what he is, and he has done everything after
Yeah.
being
He's
Ted
done
Theodore
everything
Logan.
right.
He's literally the worst actor who's turned himself around to be the
like
best actor.
A god-like
yeah, he's
actor.
what Nicolas Cage never did.
Oh, let's.
Oh,
not,
come on. Let's not go there.
Listen, there's this really amazing YouTube video that me and Rick watched the other day, where this guy goes in. Like, first of all, I just love Nicolas Cage. I think that he can portray madness and rage in a way that's so entertaining. And what is he above anything else? He's a fucking entertainer. If you're entertained, it works for me, and that's the case. But there was a video that Rick and I watched recently, and I was like, you have to show this to Rob, dude. You have to. And it's a guy, like, talking about, is Nick Cage a shitty actor, or is he, like, a fucking genius?
Or is he a genius, yeah.
And he, like, talks about, like, the styles of acting that Nicolas Cage has studied and
Yeah.
is into.
And
from,
it will
like, the
fucking blow
30
your mind.
And then when you watch
I thought it was
his
Nicolas
acting,
Cage style.
talking about, no. He, like, studied,
Tiger
like,
style.
these different...
Like, it's his own.
It's
he has
amazing.
his own.
Like, just watch that video and then
What about
rethink
what
it.
about that movie where he has like he's a writer? I don't remember the name of that
Adaptation.
Yeah,
And he's got a twin, and he's playing his own twin.
that's a
Yeah.
sign of good acting.
It's pretty fucking
It's
good,
a
dude.
good ass movie.
It's
But
pretty
then
good.
there's like Ghost Rider, like the next year. That's like it.
Well,
go,
yeah.
but
What
like
about
I
Raising
appreciate
Arizona?
it.
I feel like
Maybe
every
he's just
time
not
we get in this
That's
conversation,
I think
my whole
yeah,
face
and I have
just
no
goes.
problem with that.
How can you not say Raising Arizona
Can
isn't
you
a
picture
great movie?
somebody else in that movie though?
Raising Arizona. John Goodman's in it.
He said, "Isn't there a movie where he plays himself?" And you knew exactly what movie it was right off the top of your head. That's a problem. That right there to me is a problem. That's,
No, he was playing a writer.
Right.
Yeah, it's all you had to say, and he knew exactly what it was. Oh, a writer?
Nick Cage is
Let
playing
me give you the whole plot point.
Yeah.
He's a
weatherman.
His full body back tattoo of Nicolas Cage
Yeah.
that he has.
Can you show that?
Yeah, it's
I'd
right
like to
here.
see that.
It's
See
right
it.
above the Roy Orbison tattoo.
And right below the Keanu Reeves tattoo.
Yeah.
Dude, Keanu Reeves though, like, did you guys see the pictures of him with women that's going around?
Oh, he won't
Okay,
touch them.
he
does
goes
the hover.
like, okay, so like, let's say you're a woman, right? And I'm
Just
Keanu
say
Reeves,
you're a woman.
right?
Say it.
We're gonna go in for a picture. This is what he does. You put your arm around me. The chick will do one of these. He goes like this. See my hand out here?
Right. No touching.
He doesn't touch anybody.
Right.
And I was like, man, this motherfucker's Jedi. Like
got-
he
he's
doesn't.
got
He
the
does
hover.
everything
He's
right.
good.
Maybe
Yeah.
he's just a
Yeah.
germaphobe.
It could be too.
You know,
Whatever the
he's Howie
fuck it is,
Mandel.
whatever it is,
If he shaves his head in the next couple of years, you know
that
he's
dude is
completely like,
master level avoiding bad press and a lawsuit.
I know.
Master.
Wayne
Bad
Gretzky
press, what does
years
he
ago
do?
Yeah.
would refuse to get into a woman with into an elevator with a woman because Wayne Gretzky. This was years
Really?
ago. He
Really?
was ahead
To
of
keep
the
his
time.
sports career?
Yeah, he was
fucking-
way ahead of the time.
You were way ahead of the time of fucking
like,
lawsuits.
Yeah, he was on that way back then.
Wow.
Refused to get into an elevator, kind of like Mike Pence,
Yeah.
but not to
Yeah,
that
but
like
that was
creepy
that's
level.
some bullshit.
Pence has got a different
religious
motivation.
fucking
He like won't
nonsense.
he won't be in a room with a woman unless his wife is there.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
Mike Pence needs
Won't
to
talk
get
to a
There
woman.
wasn't
Very
even.
outside.
There
Even
wasn't.
if there's like
Mike Pence looks
10
like a
officials.
testicle.
That I don't know, but
Yeah.
yeah, that was the thing.
like a
going
testicle
into this.
version of the California raisin.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. He's like an albino California raisin.
Talk about how racist the California raisins commercials
The
are.
last
Oh,
California
started.
raisin just died today, I think, of like
Really?
prostate cancer.
The last California raisin died.
What are the
Yeah.
chances that the last California raisin died today and we just brought it up?
Well, pretty good apparently.
Really?
Yeah.
100% chance.
I mean, it is this show, so I'm pretty sure that's not too far
That's
off.
true. Let's see.
Did the California Raisins ever put out music, or was it just
I think
commercials?
I think there was a.
I'm sure.
They did a
full
movie.
length albums.
Yeah,
LPs,
there was a-
There
Yeah,
were?
right,
I'm
yeah.
pretty sure there's like
Yeah.
vinyl records.
How
of
Yeah,
much
it.
do you
because
think those are worth?
NWA
today?
was on the same label as the California Raisins.
Probably about
Is that a
$6.99.
joke?
No, that's for real.
It's for real. For reals.
NWA was on the same level.
Well, when they started
label?
out. Yeah.
I know it from the movie.
From the movie. That's
Same,
right.
I'm the same level.
Jumbling
You're on
words
same
over
level.
here.
Same level.
Hating on LA cops.
Yeah, right. Freddie Fry, what's up, man? John Walsh, I don't know what I am comfortable with the new I don't know if I am comfortable with the new seating arrangements. Let's see.
Did somebody move?
Testicle with mayo. That's
Sure.
what Rob said about Mike Pence. He's a testicle
yes.
with
Oh,
mayo.
yes. Absolutely.
That's a good one, man. Dude, look at how our emojis look like fireworks in the corner there. It's bizarre.
What's with the clarity of the
every time.
The
It's a little
visuals?
bright, right? It's bright in here. I'm gonna crank this down a little
Looks
bit.
a little
Well, it's because
resolute.
You're very grainy.
Take it down
You're
here.
very grainy.
So grainy.
Yeah. Yeah, but that could be the
That looks like
feed
a
on
very
Facebook's
low
end too.
resolution.
Yeah. Here,
Yeah,
look
sometimes I
at
get
this. It's crystal clear
It's
here.
so
Look at that.
grainy.
So it's not,
It's perfect.
So, with the whole
register's
Keanu Reeves
protected.
thing, people always argue about whether or not it's cool or okay to vote for president when it comes to celebrities.
This is
'Cause
how we got
remember-
in this fucking mess. Stop wanting celebrities to be presidents.
I'm
What's wrong
just
with
saying,
everyone?
if it were Keanu Reeves, I think
It
I
would
could
be
get
just
behind
as
it.
bad as if it was Donald
Wait,
Trump
whoa,
for different
what's
fucking
what's
reasons.
what's your point there? If Keanu Reeves ran for president, it's okay? Is
Yeah,
that-
yeah, it's cool.
Do you think today's
Ugh,
stunt
Jesus.
is Jon Stewart's
He wants the new
opinion on
Chuck
the
Norris.
presidency?
Well, I
be
saw Jon
president.
Stewart in some fucking article today. What was that all
Okay,
about?
so Jon Stewart was
I
going
watched
to bat
that.
again.
What you did, I watched the whole. It was
Jon
pretty
Stewart
good.
Yeah.
has done a lot of work
I
with
watched it before
with
he posted them up.
people
9/11.
that were doing
responders.
works for
Yeah,
yeah, 9/11, yeah.
You're ahead of the
And
game.
basically what he said was, okay, so that,
Senate didn't show up for the meeting. Or...
yeah, basically he showed up to an empty.
So
an
he's
empty room.
advocating for something in
Yeah,
the
he
Senate.
He's
has-
advocating
he
for
has
the
been
for
for
9/11
his
first
Because it's him?
responders to get medical attention. Yeah, to get medical care. And he showed up for
cancer
it, and he
from-
showed up to basically an empty room, and he was like, "I can't fucking believe
all the
this."
sick people show up.
But you know what sucks about that, man, is that I looked at that video and I said, I was like, "How could you not believe this, dude?" Like, they've
Well, I
been
don't
like,
think-
this,
I don't
like,
think
Who was the
doesn't-
back row? The front row was empty. I saw. I know you watched the video, right?
yeah.
The front
There
row
were like
was
first
empty.
responders there with him.
Well,
Yeah,
how much
yeah.
of it? How much of it was him?
No,
saying,
I
like,
mean
oh,
who he
for
was
shock value?
who he was talking to.
What do you
I
mean?
mean, he knows it. He knows how politics are. He
Yeah.
knows it. He's well.
But I think it was a stunt to get this video that we're talking about.
Well, that's what I'm
for him
saying.
to
No,
point
no,
it
no,
out.
no. It's
think
it's
so, because
not in a
it-
stunt the
it-
way that we would think it's a publicity stunt, but like to prove.
In a
Bring
good way.
attention to
In a
fucking
good way,
guys,
yeah.
Republican
I'm all
or
for
Democrat
it,
don't
what he
give
did.
two shits about what's fucking going on.
That's true.
He's
Yeah.
been talking about that for a long time.
Yeah,
too.
he's
Like,
been
trying to, like-
he's been like fighting for this for years. I mean, back when he was on the Daily Show, he used to bring this up all the
Yeah.
time, and like this is like his like thing that he like that he this is his passion, and he doesn't get anywhere with it for the most part.
But
these people are really fucked.
I really
like,
love Jon Stewart.
health-wise, they're fucked.
Yeah, I love Jon Stewart. I respect Jon Stewart very much. But once in a while, I think he buys a certain element of politics a little bit too hard, and that concerns me.
Like that he's
he is-
surprised that no one showed up.
Yeah,
You
I don't
realize
think he's
surprised.
actually surprised.
You know who?
though.
And there are a lot of other people in the world who've been screaming about politics for years who wouldn't be surprised by this. They're like, yeah, of course, this is exactly what the fuck they would do.
But wouldn't you think him doing that video draws attention? Look, we tried to
Oh,
do this
100%.
thing.
If he's
Right,
going to show up to something like that, what's the recourse? What else do you do?
But I think that's the point. I think that's the point with John. I think that's with him across the board with politics is that he knows so much about it that by doing things like that, he just wants to bring to light the fact that all the shit he's bitched about for years on the Daily Show and in his career is
Like, he knew
look,
it was
here it
gonna
is.
be
What the
empty.
fuck did you expect?
But
Like, here we go.
there's something about his surprise when it comes to a certain level of corrupt politics that bothers me sometimes. That's all. If I had him here in the show, I would want to talk to him about it.
But isn't the level of it surprising just in general? No matter how much you know it, when you actually see it, it's like fucking really like
Not anymore.
I think there's another
for
part.
cynics, for people who were
Right,
like, you
but
know,
to
for,
expose it to an audience of people that only know, oh, Jon
Right.
Stewart from TV.
like for you and
And-
I to
yeah.
have a conversation, you and I to have anybody here to have a conversation, we're all going to be like, yeah, fuck this. They don't give a shit,
Yeah,
whatever.
right.
But for him to physically be there with the
Sure.
fucking people, it's like,
Yeah.
see here, this is all the shit I'm talking about for the last
right.
25 years on television. Here it is in
He was like in
practice.
tears during his speech.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's like, the showbiz actor.
No, it's
coming
probably
out.
him
he's just a
actually
comedian.
caring.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's probably upset. I think it's a real.
He was in
thing
the
that he really
faculty.
cares.
He's an actor.
Have you ever seen him go back and forth with what's the guy from Fox that's no longer there because he
Oh,
was
yeah,
touching
the
women
bow
and
tie
shit?
guy.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Tucker Carlton?
No,
No,
the
I
other
know what you're
asshole.
talking about.
Oh,
that
So
guy.
many.
Bill O'Reilly.
Bill
Yeah,
O'Reilly,
Bill
yes.
O'Reilly. When he goes back and forth with him, and he like
Do it live.
Live! Fuck it, we'll do it live! Yeah.
When he, how great is that?
God, it's so
That's
good.
You're like, wow,
Great
that's you.
footage.
That's really you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the veneer.
But like
came
he's getting interviewed.
Is
by
that
Bill
a is that a
O'Reilly.
thick veneer?
No,
Like I feel like that was obvious every episode.
yeah.
That's who the fuck it was, you know?
but that was Inside Edition. That was like before we knew.
Oh
that
yeah,
was before
it was
he
like 1989.
right, that was before he
That's
was like
before
Bill
Fox
O'Reilly.
gave him
Yeah.
the gears to
Right.
fucking do what he wanted to
And
do.
that was before the days where you saw what happened behind the scenes.
Unless you had a
You
satellite
didn't see
dish
those
in the back
things.
of your house and you could see all the live feeds. And
Yeah,
things
right,
and, like,
right.
Watch crazy shit.
No. No
But
way.
when he interviewed with him, he was real about that shit.
Is that a phase I missed? What happened there?
But he was real with Bill O'Reilly. He was like, listen, all jokes aside, you don't have to like me because you assume things, you think this, or like he's real about his politics. Like aside from being a comedian and knowing that he does it for entertainment value, I think there's a part of him that the tears are legit. The tears are legit. Like he really cares.
I'm not saying the tears are legit. I'm just saying that the dude is in denial a little bit. I think he thinks that Democrats are fighting more than Republicans are for the greater good.
I mean, don't all Democrats think?
Wow, you took a lot from that speech. I didn't get that.
No, I'm talking about from what I know of him toward the end of the show, from what I've seen him write. He tends to think that the left, or the people who claim they're left, are really fighting more on the side of what he believes than they really are. And I think that sometimes things get pointed out, like, oh, Hillary Clinton did this fucked up thing or that fucked up thing, and it seems like he's like a lot of the others. He just puts the blinders on and goes, I don't care about that. And it's like, but you kind of,
and that's
I
kind of
need
frustrating.
You to care about it.
You could look at Hillary Clinton and be like, oh wow, they fixed the DNC, and you're like, for me that's like, oh, no shit.
Yeah,
you know,
right,
like
yeah,
as much
yeah.
as I support some of the shit that they go for, it's like when people say to you, well, are you liberal or are you a fucking conservative? And you're like,
well, I'm not a conservative.
I'm neither because look at what the fuck they do. I mean, they play the game just like anybody else. But here's my values. And I think he's got those values.
100%.
And he's so hardcore about them that he's like, I think he's the role player in the democratic liberal kind of aspect of things where he's like, this is what it should be. Why the fuck aren't you doing it? And I think that his fans would love for him to run for president. I think that he's the guy that if you put his hat in the ring as a celebrity, it would be a no-brainer that the Democrats would follow him in a heartbeat.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
And he won't do it. He won't do it.
Maybe
I thought the same thing about Biden until Biden got all fucking weird, and now you're like, God damn it, Uncle Joe, like, you had a shoe in.
Like Jon
smart enough not to take that.
Smack
to
Trump in the face
understand
if he
why
wanted
it's
to.
terrible of an idea for him or any other celebrity. He flat out is like, dude, I'm a fucking comedian. Don't look to me for news.
Yeah, I'm
Don't
not a
look
news
to me
show,
for information about what's going on in the real world.
You know what drives me mad about
and
that?
That's the right idea. Exactly. If people had that idea, Trump would not be fucking president. He was a reality TV star.
But what bothers me about that is that most of the most intelligent stuff I've ever grew up with was from comedians. Listening to George Carlin growing up, dude, like George Carlin shaped my thinking.
Yes, you would. Yes, you would.
Yeah, you fucking would.
Yes, you would.
George Carlin versus Donald Trump. Who do you vote for?
Yeah, of
Stones?
course. But I'm saying, like, you know, the world's coming to a close.
He has a point.
We don't have to have this conversation. We're all going to be dead.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
At this point in time, Mickey Mouse could be fucking president.
But a lot of times that's it, man. Comedians are telling more fucking truth than everybody else.
Well, no, the satire has become reality. That's the fucking problem. Everything that was a joke on Saturday Night Live, everything that made all these people fucking famous is now, we can crack on it, but now we look at these people in the public light because of all of the media coverage that they get, and you go, oh, fuck, man, all those jokes were actually reality?
Yeah.
And
shit.
For the people that get it, they're like, yeah, I knew that shit. For the other people, they're like, oh, this is bullshit. Why are you making fun of this? And for the rest of the people, they're like, business as usual. Yeah. Just keep it going. And it's fucking sad. It doesn't get the comedic value that it used to because now it's just mockery.
Yeah.
It's not satire. It's like, this is really happening. Let's laugh about it.
We have to bring back all of the TV shows people like in the 80s because it's the only thing left that makes us feel good is remembering some other time when we perceived it as being less shitty. Yeah. New stuff doesn't
like
work
Murphy's
anymore.
Law?
Bunch of member berries.
Yeah, exactly.
90210.
Right.
Melrose Place.
All that stuff was still there. It was just now everything's so hyper connected.
Family Matters.
You can't get away from it.
Well, I think we're talking from an age group here because we're all being marketed towards because most people our age have like families and we're showing our kids our nostalgia. If you know what I mean. Yeah. So like that's pretty common. Whereas like
I tried to think about this the other day. Basically exactly what you're saying. I tried to remember what my parents were like when I was a kid, and they were around our age, give or take. And I can't for the life of me remember too many things of their time period that they were like, oh, this is happening again, or this is kind of, like I can't remember like.
Oh, well, the 70s for sure.
I don't
when
know.
We were teenagers, the bell bottoms came back.
I was going to say about the only thing that was made
I
back.
mean, like recreations of movies and bringing back TV shows that existed.
Yeah, because
like,
it was all
I feel
original.
Like Now it's like
Disney was never original.
constant.
Well, we have way more information
Way
than
more
our parents
access.
did.
Our life
Yeah.
is a whole
You know,
remake.
it's an,
And it's fucking us up,
overloaded.
man.
Well, yeah, because you get that information. that
Screen
shapes
time.
you as you
Screen
grow.
time is fucking us.
I mean,
up.
well, the
Yeah.
crazy
Yeah.
part is that we peaked. We were the generation that peaked. We had all the knowledge. We had all the internal information. We had
Wow,
all the
you go
first
on
wave
that
of
guy.
shit.
Did you think this is where it ends?
And then we realized all we wanted was
Like
the
we
same
did the
shit
best. We did the
regurgitated
best
back
ever.
to
Like
us.
this
No,
all
No,
goes
we
down.
didn't do the best we ever. We know more than
He's saying
everyone
we were
else.
like the first generation to have like the internet.
All of us went, oh shit.
How many people in
And
this
then
room?
the internet went terribly wrong.
How many people in this
but
room
we
were
were at
born?
the peak of with it.
How many people How many people at this bar were born between 1978 and 1982?
I don't know, man. I think the mathematicians of the 1930s had a pretty good handle on how shit went. Because that's what led us to fucking here. It's their work. For sure.
I think
Well,
the
I
for-
think
I suppose it helps.
I
though.
think the for sure at the end is really what nailed the hammer.
Yeah.
in.
The technology makes us lazy in a way, though.
Of course, that's true.
Where those people that were discovering the technologies had to be way more in depth and understand concepts at a deeper level.
Yeah, they had to wait for letters to get to that.
Yeah.
But
There was a lot more going on.
I'm concerned that
shit.
even with all the fucking information in the
says
world at
here.
your fingertips, people are still swayed so goddamn easily one way or the other.
Well, it makes it easier to do it. It makes it
Yeah,
easier to
because
sway
you can
people.
But
find
you would think it
100,000
wouldn't.
things to
No.
back up their psycho flat
Well,
Earth
like
claims.
imagine
Yeah,
you're back in 1996 and somebody tells you all this and you think, oh, this is going to be our pathway to tell people the truth and everybody will get the truth.
And you're like, I
And now
didn't
you're
get
like,
to it.
oh,
It's
I didn't realize that eventually it's going to get to a point where the truth is going to be reinterpreted, not misinterpreted, but reinterpreted in different ways all over the fucking place. And now nobody fucking. It just didn't work that way.
It's because
you know?
everybody has a path
Well, how
that
many-
they can go down to find the thing that suits what
Yeah.
they want.
How
to
many
believe,
people
you know?
engage
Exactly.
anymore, though? Like, how many people actually have conversations about things?
Yeah.
You know, and that's part of the real problem is that communication is lacking.
Yeah.
You know, the technology doesn't equate to us sharing. I mean, now it's just click and share, click
Yeah.
bullshit.
There's no nuance,
There's no actual
context.
conversation. Immediately
Yeah,
you throw it out
quality
the
of
window and you go,
conversation.
Yeah, quality of
you're
conversation,
conservative,
yeah.
and that's it. And they don't want to have the conversation because they assume you're just like everybody else. We're going to end up down this road. Rather than sit there and go, well, this is what I believe, so where you stand, and say it without feeling bad or having remorse or feeling you're going to offend somebody.
Can I say something about the word believe? So we've had this conversation at Ice in the Face before where, you know, people are like, oh, you have to respect other people's beliefs.
I don't.
I don't.
If you believe something detrimental to society, why should I fucking respect it? If
Right.
you're anti-science to a degree that's holding back humanity, why should I respect that? Why?
Yeah.
Just because you believe it? If I claim I believe something, why is that enough to be respected? People
Hmm.
demand respect by being like an example in some way to make you give them respect. So why should belief be different than all those other things? Why should I respect you as a person if all your actions are shit? Just because you're a person and I should just respect you? Like, that's ridiculous.
Well said.
Ah,
Well,
Here, here.
that's
I mean,
That's
that's not
okay.
the same thing as it's not the same thing as saying, like, I can stab them if I want because fuck them, but I shouldn't be like, oh, we can't talk about that because they believe that. No,
Right.
let's fucking talk about it.
let's talk about it.
It's respecting your neighbor, I think, is the type of thing. But I get what you're saying. If it's so detrimental, like water, like don't drink water, like it's
Yeah,
not
like-
safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the people. Like, okay, like go away. I understand, but with some of the religious, like you kind of just gotta respect your neighbor because you don't want them to all of a sudden say, "Oh, well, you're not religious." Well,
Here's the
let's
thing.
burn
Here's
you.
the-
Usually
no,
they're the
I
first
understand
ones
that.
to do
I don't
that.
want to
That
respect them
people
into a
make it
point where they're
untouchable.
making environmental policies and shit
Yeah.
like that. You know what I'm saying?
No, I get you.
Because, and we're starting to see that that's how things go.
Certainly, our beliefs aren't respected, so why should it be the other way?
There's like 60% evangelist candidates or something.
Yeah, it's
something.
terrifying.
I've been
Like-
telling
Oh, I mean,
people
don't you
this.
think that to a
Terrifying.
certain extent that the political people that get elected are supposed to be
How'd that
listening
happen?
to the people not pandering, and then when it comes to it, it's not supposed to be so polarized.
Just
It's
spend the
that.
whole time getting donation money, man.
Well, yeah, I mean that's the
That's why they're not
obviously
gonna
the
listen to you. They don't give a fuck about what you have
that's
to
the
say.
base
Yeah,
of the problem
don't
is that
care.
the money's involved. But I mean, ultimately, like when you say that I want to respect other people's opinions, it's like yeah, but the people that should be going into politics should be absolutely objectively neutral, and say I'm here to listen to all of you. What say you in the majority, and I will represent that area. And that's long gone. That's been long. I mean, it never really fucking existed. It's not really how it works.
Yeah.
But it's so far in the other direction now that it's not coming back. You know
It's
what I mean?
so
Like,
ultimately polarized that you're either on the extreme right, the extreme left, and that's it.
And those
everything
people
comes
stuck in the
down to
middle
that.
are like, dude, what the fuck?
Well, the people
with
stuck
this?
in the middle are the ones that are the smartest fucking people, and they're nowhere to be found in politics because you can only pander to that base of.
Yeah.
How many people can say that they share views from both parties? Because I can.
I ultimately.
can,
I think I can, yeah.
Yeah, I think
You know,
everybody can.
I would be more conservatively,
It depends on the topic.
fiscally conservative, and I would be more socially liberal.
Right. And anybody else you talk to that knows politics would go, "Oh, you're a libertarian." We
Yeah,
all
exactly.
Libertarian.
Yeah,
like,
which
all
you're
right,
not,
well, that's
probably.
fucking great, but there aren't libertarian candidates.
Yeah.
And when there are,
when
you know what
they
they
are,
do? They lose.
They're out.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah,
they're
they're
jokes.
They're all they're
A
all
lot of them are jokes. Because a lot of politicians who claim libertarian are really just diet Republicans,
Yeah.
and that's a problem.
Yeah, just
Because
slightly
that
off
doesn't
of
represent
Republican.
libertarian views.
Yeah.
Not really.
Well, because the reality behind it is that if you're looking at politics in terms of a conservative viewpoint, conservatism is not wanting change from the norm,
Right.
and the norm that was the norm 100 years ago changes.
Yeah.
You know, and you either are really comfortable with that or you're really uncomfortable with that. Oh yeah. And what that does is start to change the way the world works, because effectively, it, federally goes across the board all 50 states. You know, if you're going to do that as a president.
Yeah.
I think that a lot of it has to come down to the fact that you could stand there and say, well, I don't technically agree with this, but if the majority does, then I have to go with that. But there's so many people that are going, I'll be whatever the majority wants me to be. And you look at the state that you're in, or you look at the people you represent, you go, they like that, I'll sell that to them.
Yeah.
And it goes against your own beliefs,
Sure.
which is supposed to be what it's supposed to do, but are they really your beliefs, or are you just selling yourself to the proletariat? And at the end of the day, that's what most of them do. They sell themselves and go against their own beliefs just so they can get elected and get some airtime.
That's
And
true.
That's fucking annoying.
Career
man. That's
politicians.
annoying. Oh yeah.
Can I just say big ups to the people in the chat room? Amy's in there. She says also happy Pride Month. Pat is in the chat. Alexis is in the chat. Hey guys, sorry I missed having a great show. Rob is in the chat. I'm so sad to have to go to bed. Have a great show. Freddie Fry. Hey, free Narcan this weekend. Ooh, I wanted to talk about the Narcan thing. Jared, what's up, man? He says dinosaurs. The comparative reality dope was in our cereal. Jeff Spags is in the chat. Respect is earned, not given. Let's see. Anger is the new aphrodisiac. That's an interesting comment. Preach on Sarah. Frankie V is in the chat. Christine's in the chat. I chose door number 4. I don't know what Freddie Fry is talking about with that, but I'm all on board with that. I did want to bring up the Narcan thing.
What if door number 4 was really bad and you just...
I was just thinking
Just
that.
blindly
You
just-
can't just throw your
Door number 4 was
You
a
just
Throw it
agreed
with
to
anyone.
door number 4 and you don't even know what's behind it.
I don't know.
I think that's the whole thing. You don't
so
find any of them.
You're so stupid. The Narcan thing, dude. So I posted the fact that they're giving away Narcan in New Jersey this weekend to anybody who wants it.
What is it?
Okay, so if somebody has a heroin overdose, you hit him with the
Revive
Narcan and it
Oh,
wakes
that's
him the
that-
fuck up.
Yeah.
Aren't cops all carrying
Like
Yeah,
nasal-
yeah.
nasal spray or
And
something.
so somebody had wrote on our Facebook page that this was BS, and I didn't clarify what they meant the BS part was. So
Was it
I'm
a
not
troll?
I'm not going to judge what they meant. If it's a troll, I kind of enjoy trolls. But
You're not doing anything right unless you got some trolls.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I mean,
I like trolls.
I
They're funny.
want a troll to show up on my Facebook page, but it hasn't
just-
happened yet.
just-
Can you troll
Look,
me?
if you're gonna troll, be funny.
Oh boy.
That's all. Just be funny.
I don't know who's watching, but
Yeah.
Keith Kenny.
All right, I'm on
I
it.
need trolls, damn it!
Your page.
I'm on it.
Fuck.
But when it comes to the Narcan argument, like somebody said it was BS because taxpayers. Look, listen.
Oh,
We
that's
all-
why they
Because
thought
if
it was BS?
taxpayers paying for it. That's why it's
We
BS.
all know somebody, have family or friends who have been sick, depressed, suicidal, a drug addict, an alcoholic, something. I am personally always on the side of whatever the humanitarian approach to anything is. If you have a drug problem, our society would be served better if we were all prepared to deal with that under the worst circumstances. And I'm sorry that it is a problem, but living in the world and in society, a lot of it sucks. And a lot of us are in a lot of pain, and not everybody's raised with the same toolkit to deal with those fucking things. Some people don't have strong parents or strong guidance or a strong constitution to be able to deal with those things. And a lot of people are in trouble. So in my opinion, if a fraction of our tax dollars goes to making sure that we're all armed in such a way where we can protect people, then I don't give a shit what they do or what it is. I think that that's our job to do that. You also can't go around claiming that you give a fuck about America and America's the greatest thing and you love America and Americans on the shit.
Yeah,
but hold on. But you can't say I love America and Americans, but fuck that particular group of people. Nobody gets to fucking do that.
You say fuck everybody. That's the point. That's the point of what they're.
I'm just saying. I know, and I agree with that. I'm just saying you don't particularly live up to your own rhetoric if you do that.
He's on a soapbox right now.
No, I mean, isn't that?
I have to pee, so I just wanted to fuel everybody with that and all this, and you guys just run with that.
Isn't that the failure of politics, though? That's.
How do you mean?
Well, by saying that everybody that runs for politics is, I love America. I mean, you love America the way you see America.
Well, don't you think a lot of them it's because it's self-serving?
Yeah.
So where
well, yeah, that's the problem.
Book
is that
deal after it's all done, and like they're profiting.
How many people are educated in what America is and what goes on in America before they get in politics? You know, a lot of them are lawyers, business people, accountants, people that own businesses, or come from entrenched wealth. Like,
where does this tie in with the Narcan thing?
I don't know how we got on that whole. I think it was because giving the narc. I mean,
people are pissed off that tax dollars will go towards.
Right.
Oh, tax dollars are going towards.
But do these people actually even know where their tax dollars go to begin with?
No.
Or are they just?
My
tax dollars.
You're showing them something to complain about.
I mean, that's what it comes down to.
I don't need. So fuck everybody else.
You're paying for people's sports cars. That's what you're doing.
They hear something hot button and they go, "Oh, if it was going towards Planned Parenthood, the group would be pissed off."
Sure. Yeah.
If it went towards Narcan, the group would be pissed off.
It was that welfare queen thing too. You know, the same thing.
Yeah,
It goes all the way back to the Reagan administration and crack and all that shit. You know, but I think at the end of the day, you know, people think, well, my taxpayer dollars should be going towards my life, and if you can't apply your life to wherever the taxpayer dollars are going to, they get pissed off.
Yeah, but that's why we elect people.
But no one knows that our taxpayer dollars go to X
well,
percentage
we're elected
towards
to do the
military
bidding of
funding
the
and go.
and if that's what they're doing.
It's towards defense.
I could see how people would get pissed off because so much money is spent illegalizing drugs and the war on drugs and putting people in jail for drugs, and then you kind of at the same time you are then spending the money
to save the people who are addicted
saving
to
the
said
people
drugs.
who are addicted.
Yeah, well, they just
and
want
so
your tax money.
it's hypocritical. So it's like in order to really give out the Narcan for free, first you got to legalize all this shit. Like, yeah, the heroin's legal. Go get it. If you want to do heroin, that's your choice.
Anybody?
But then there's going to be that tax dollar that used to be spent on putting you in jail is now spent on Narcan.
Well, why hand out methadone but not Narcan?
Methadone is the same shit.
Exactly. Yeah, it is the same shit.
The
Methadone is just
simply that Narcan is just going to keep the person from dying at that moment.
Yeah,
it's just
it's a more suitable way to revive them.
So they revive them and they put them in jail.
Basically,
or
the hospital.
Yeah, they're not like bouncing up.
They're not worried about them being in the hospital. They
want them to be unhappy
all these bills.
So they take the high away, and then you go.
But that's the other thing, man. I mean, like people on drugs shouldn't be going to jail.
Isn't it just an enormous dose of adrenaline? Isn't that what
something
Narcan
like that?
really
I think that's what it
is?
is. Yeah.
I think so.
Like that's incredibly fucked up to get shot up your
Here's
nose.
the point. The
like,
Let's
point
watch the Pulp Fiction.
I would rather be equipped. I would rather be equipped to steal. I'd rather be equipped to save somebody's life than wait for somebody to get here and have it take forever or have somebody die in my fucking presence.
What the point is that the public view for the most part has always been fuck the poor person, fuck
fuck the person in pain,
fuck the drug addict, fuck the drug user, fuck the person on food stamps, fuck the person on welfare, fuck anyone that they can put an imaginary line that makes them feel that they're slightly better than someone else, then demonize them.
I had to
That's
suffer
why
to
it's
get what
so
I got.
much. It's much
with
easier
everything, with every
for the
aspect
average
of it.
person to demonize the $36 a year in taxes they spend for food stamps for their neighbors who need it, because how dare they fucking need it when that person pulled himself up from their bootstraps, and not the however many thousands they've spent in taxes that went to illegal wars. Like, it's easier
Yeah.
to attack the poor person because
Yeah.
you can feel better than them. You can't necessarily feel better than an entire weapons industry.
That's what kills me about the argument. If you're going to argue with me about how you're pissed off where your tax dollars are going, and you're not willing to bring up that over 90% of them go to the military-industrial complex, I don't think we have anything to talk about.
Right.
I
Not
think
the
you're
military
squabbling.
veterans, not the VA.
Yeah.
There's something
Literally
that
defense
people do
system.
that bothers me, which I call blaming down. They blame the people below them when really it's the people above them that caused the fucking problem to begin with. But blaming people above you takes too much work, too much time, too much effort.
Well, they're above me and they have more money, so they're smarter
Right,
and they know
right,
what they're doing.
right.
Like,
Yeah, they wanted the problem. There you go.
That's a fucking problem.
Divide and conquer.
That's right. That's what they're doing, man.
That's
and
it.
it's working brilliantly.
Of course it works. Why wouldn't it work?
Even the people like that are saying, "Oh yeah, they just divide us," are still actively participating in it.
Yeah, and Republicans
you gotta
are so like
participate.
against liberals. They're all liberal
You
about
get an
what
A
they
for
want.
participation.
Yeah.
Like they say that
true.
they're against government, but when they want something, they want government to step in right away. So
Right.
it's like you're the biggest hypocrites. Both sides are just hypocritical.
You know what
I
the
don't
problem in
understand
this conversation is? That most people agree.
it. Yeah.
So we don't
Right.
have any good conflict going on right now. Like,
Right.
it's not getting too
All right,
heated
you
in
want
here.
People agree?
It's pretty easy to just sit
Oh,
around.
how about
the
this?
best
I disagree.
president ever. Prove me wrong. Go.
Also easy.
It is, but hey.
But that's because we surround ourselves with good people, I guess. You know?
But an echo tank
No,
isn't
no,
great.
Well, you know.
We're all a bunch of
Yeah.
middle class people that and middle class is the most abused class of all. We just they use us. We are the ones that we are the tool for them to.
George Carlin would agree with that.
Middle
It's
class
true.
is like
Yeah, you're
39,000
propped up
a year
and
now.
used as
Because we're the ones that will
39,000
wake up
a
and
year.
go to work and pay the
right.
taxes.
You keep the wheel running.
I think we
You
keep
keep
the
the wheel
We
running.
aspire to be rich while
And we
being while
want to
denigrating
make a
people
better
below
life
us.
for ourselves, and the only way we
Right.
know how to do that is to work hard. And then you go out and you work hard, and then you just always feel like someone's getting over on you.
Yeah, you always like, oh, the
You know-
poor people can do what they want and still fucking get
Well, I,
by.
don't, I
But
mean,
the
do you,
trick-
do you ever look at a poor person and go, "Man, I wish I, had those food stamps, and that welfare, and that
So
trailer."
lucky.
Of course the
No.
fuck not.
the trailer.
Right.
So,
But there's this concept that like that's going to invigorate the poor class and the middle class to
Right.
move up.
Oh,
to the,
sure.
the
Right.
or what we could call the gospel of wealth. You know,
Yeah.
the idea that like if you have the tools to get bigger and bigger and bigger, you'll do it. You're
Yeah.
gonna- What are you fucking talking about? Like,
Well, the whole
Yeah.
thing with welfare though is a lot of people abuse it.
yes,
Nah,
of
it's
course.
bullshit.
The
Yeah.
number of
That's
people
bullshit.
that
No, no, no,
use
no,
people
no, no,
abuse
no,
is
no,
not-
people
No,
abuse
this
welfare.
is I knew
People abuse
They
welfare.
abuse
They do.
financial aid. They
Out of the
abuse
100% of
welfare,
people
they
who are on it, studies show about 5% abuse it.
That's a lot.
Is,
That's a
re-
lot
is
of
it
people.
really enough for
But
the
it's more
95%
for me to
who
say that
desperately need it
95%
to
of
be
it-
like, sorry,
that's where
this
most of the arguments come
5%.
from.
Yeah, but it's
here's,
such a,
here's
it's
what
a
worries me.
bullshit. 5% people are getting pissed off about 5%
Well,
of their
where are you getting that
$36
number
a
from?
year. And, but they, what? The
Like I'm just saying, he's
$36
saying 5%.
I read a study on it.
That's what I mean. Like that number to me is arbitrary.
Even if it was,
Arbitrary,
yeah.
Yeah.
even if
Made
it
up.
was 95%. 95% of $36 a year, people get more pissed off about that than almost anything else. Because
Right.
fuck poor people.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck people that need
Yeah.
something. They don't give a shit that that's their
Well, because they don't
neighbors.
understand poor people. They don't understand anybody. They haven't given. It's the same thing with religion. It's the same thing with immigrants. It's the same thing with they've never talked to anybody from that way of life.
Yeah.
So
Well,
they've
or
never,
or even like tried to walk in their shoes
right.
for a minute.
Yeah,
never
right.
even
Right.
gave an objective stance on any of that shit where they went, wow, maybe that person's life sucks ass, and
Yeah.
it doesn't matter to them because they're all in it for them.
But-
And-
but
Because you
even-
can't
but-
teach,
but
you
the-
can't teach empathy. That's the
Right.
problem.
Well, that's it. And
There's
there's a
none.
lack of it.
And if you don't have it, if you aren't born with it, or you don't,
but there
go
isn't
through,
when a natural disaster happens
Oh,
or when
yeah.
a war takes place. It
You don't
doesn't
really need
matter.
Oh, if my
empathy.
thoughts
What
and
about
prayers.
That
compassion?
empathy.
Yeah, what about
to
that?
self-
You know, like what about just a little
You
bit
know.
of caring?
Let me
Yeah,
tell you
yeah,
You don't
something
even
about
need to
empathy.
be in their
Being
shoes or
American
anything.
has got nothing to do with compassion.
Yeah, no.
Nothing.
Empathy runs in like artists' veins,
yeah, absolutely.
which is
Doesn't
what
it suck?
Yeah, it's not a great trait, but it's for like artists to sit around and talk about like a lot of other people's viewpoints and like sitting in other people's shoes. It's kind of what we try to do all the time in a way.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I think that when you're talking to somebody that is not exercising, and I think everyone does have a creative muscle or a creative outlet that they actually need to tap into that they're not, because life does not really allow a lot of people to spend a lot of time in the creative world, especially once you get in the rat race and you're trying to make it. You're trying to make money to get by. You have kids. You have a wife. And then all of a sudden, you're like, "Where's my fucking time?" And then people are miserable. And they're looking at their iPad for 4 hours a day. They're jerking off to weird porn. They don't know why. It's like things are getting strange for them.
At my house.
You just read my whole life, man. I was like, wow, that was like about an hour ago.
I think it's because people are not like they're not really like tuned in with this thing that it's like. In humans, we have a drive to do something. I think most of us do have a drive to do something that's creative and actually kind of useless.
But isn't that
for making money?
Lost?
Oh my God!
Like that idea is that the people that have that untapped talent, right?
Yes.
They're afraid to tap those talents because of the starving artist mentality.
Well, they're also pushed.
But they're also
that's immature and put that behind you. You have to work. You have to work.
But artisanry in general is just. I mean, we're in a generation now where that even to the capitalistic market that we're in, the trade venues are gone. Right? They're lacking. I shouldn't say they're gone.
Well,
they're
you mean
lacking.
in the artistic sense?
Well, no. I mean in any of the senses, right? So, like, because of technology, because of the progression, from an artist perspective, right? If we're talking about music,
like music,
right? So we'll look at music, or we'll look at regular, just full-on applied arts. I mean, they're great to go to galleries. They're great to go to a show. Mm-hmm. But how many people buy merch? How many people want to spend the money for what was put into that fucking sign?
About 10%.
You know, like, right. So the other 90% go, that's great, but I could buy something that's similar to
or
that.
They just take a video on their phone and they never watch it again.
And they'll copy, or if they take a picture of it, they can take a picture of it, make it, and have it themselves for less of the money that you're going to charge for it.
So the first article I wanted to bring up tonight, the headline was, "Arts teaching could become more important than math in the tech-based industry."
Yeah.
And so when we talk about the importance of creativity and how lucrative it is, I think it's lucrative in a lot of ways now that definitely we didn't have years ago, right? So
I just feel that it won't mesh because with tech it's so corporate and just so.
But it's
money corporate that they don't listen to the artists.
But wouldn't you agree that the definition of tech is changing?
I don't think you can compare the two.
How do you mean?
Math versus art? One's logical, one's not.
I don't know. I feel like one feeds the other. For example, the best scientists in the world have a creative mind. You know what I mean?
True, but I think you definitely need both. It's not like math isn't important all of a sudden because you're learning art.
No, of course.
You know, like that doesn't make any sense.
But what do we do in a world where AI takes over and a lot of the mathematical portion of business and existence is being handled?
Yeah. Definitely,
right?
It's heavy.
All of a sudden,
happening.
Right. But being a content creator right now is so unbelievably important. What do you need to be a content creator?
They have auto-generation content.
When that does
better, YouTube channels.
When that does better,
it's automatically generated.
Really?
What
all
is
the
it?
content.
It's so weird.
Generated.
Half of it's weird. It doesn't make sense. There's documentaries
Sounds
about
great.
it. Check it out.
Really?
Yes.
They have whole games that are made like that.
Content.
Yes, where it keeps doing it. Where, like, let's say Trump did something outrageous.
Okay.
There'll be a video that's on his side, and then a video that's not.
Made by AI.
The same time, and both put out at the same time to then monetize and make money.
Is that the thing, like the voiceover thing too?
The voiceover where it's like the Siri-like voice, but the more realistic ones, and then they're showing screenshots or pictures or whatever. Yeah.
Doesn't it take a creative mind to put that AI together?
It does, but they just made the AI.
But then the AI just does everything.
Once it becomes self-aware.
Yeah.
Right.
Like it's like letting an animal go, but not being able to know with 100% certainty which direction it's going to take, and that's the thing with AI. But it's like every other thing, researching atomic bombs and stuff. It's like this is the starting point, and we know that the end result could be dangerous, but we're going to ignore the end result and just work on this part right here, and that's kind of where we are with AI.
How can AI test things without being in the real world, though?
AI is the real world.
No, I mean, like, if it comes up with a theory about physics or whatever, how's it going to test it? How's it going to do anything like that?
It makes a machine itself that can do things.
How's it going to just?
It's gonna mimic us.
That's exactly what they are.
Humanity is
I'm
destined.
making a machine.
Humanity is destined to make something better than itself.
It already has.
Smarter, faster, more efficient.
like
that's
that-
because we're able to
Did you ever
test
see
it
that movie?
and
real
then,
time.
and then that AI
Johnny
is
Depp?
going to make an
And learn
AI
from
that's
the
more.
mistakes.
Kind of like
yeah.
that.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be
Yeah.
something like because otherwise
See
it's
that?
just
Transcendence.
all on paper.
Okay.
There's no reason to believe that a carbon-based life form is the superior life form. A silicone-based life form is much more likely. In fact, in
Like
the entire
movies?
universe, it's a hell of a lot more likely that there's silicone-based life forms out there.
Yeah.
A child's play.
But we wouldn't identify it as life.
Exactly.
We wouldn't identify it
nitrogen.
as life because it's
Right.
not what we look like.
Yeah.
But that's because our brains are stupid and small, and we just assume that everything has to be like us. And we're not even that fucking great, obviously.
We're the same as
I'm
robots.
also
We're just made of meat.
Based,
We're not. We can't all be Matt Hills.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't all be Matt
I'm
Hills.
sorry.
You
That
should
hill in the house.
For my essence.
Keith Kenny plays a mean suitcase. My neck hurts.
Who's that?
That's Steve Gates in the chat.
Steve Gates in the house.
Freddie Fry says the cat in the hat is woke. Claire says, "Hola, what's up, Claire? How's it going, man?" Let's see, because I play in a metal band, says Steve
He
Gates.
knows the song.
Yeah. But yeah, I think human beings are destined to make something better than themselves, and I think that thing's going to make something better than itself.
Better how though?
They already,
I
for
don't
the
know.
most part, have. I mean, we have AI programs now that have already written their own, and we can't speak the language that it's written in. It's
Right, yeah.
been written in its own
Didn't they
language,
make
communicates in its own language, and we have no idea what the fuck they're saying.
Yeah.
Didn't they have like the two AI like robots that were communicating with each other?
Yes.
And then they made their own language,
Yep.
so they
It
terminated
was
them.
yeah.
Yeah.
And a Google AI recently did something similar.
Crazy, right?
Weird.
At the point
What are they saying to each other?
Zeros
Let's
and ones.
kill these motherfuckers.
Yeah, let's kill these
It's the
motherfuckers.
blueprint.
Exactly.
Take down the
I don't know how they
Skynet.
didn't know what they were
I
saying.
just think
Skynet's
when you
we
break
have a
it
really
down, but-
warped sense of what life is.
The problem is like when you look at certain things, like I mean, not in a lot of things in classical physics, for example, you can understand why A plus B equals C, okay? But then there's situations where you can't understand why it came to that conclusion, and that's where the danger is. Like, you know, when that AI beat the Go champion,
Yeah.
that was such a bigger deal than anyone understands.
Yeah.
Because Go has more moves than atoms in the entire universe, okay?
Yeah.
And you can have one move look like the best
What's
or
Go?
a reasonable move. It's a strategy game. It's
It's like
like
the black and white pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
It's-
it's like a
like
more
chess?
advanced.
It's
But
like
more
a
advanced.
hyper
Exactly.
advanced version
like,
of checkers.
like an AI
Chinese
beating
checkers?
a chess champion was a big deal at the time, and AI beating a Go champion is
Yeah, it's
like
nuts.
You have to be
changing,
creative.
like
There's
completely
creativity involved.
changing to the structure of what we know of artificial intelligence. Because for it to decide to make whatever move it made, it would have had to have a sense. It had to have an opinion. Not just look at facts or math or whatever or algorithms. It had to have a mood to make some of the choices it made. And in playing it, having the exact same game and it make a different move the second time, that's earth-shattering.
Yeah.
And people don't even understand what the repercussions of an AI with moods means.
Do you play that game?
Go? No.
Yep.
I
I
play
was hoping
chess
you
way
could
more.
teach me how to play.
I can teach you, yeah. I just don't.
Sounds like a good game.
What do
It
you mean?
is.
What do you
It's-
mean? Mood,
it's
they
always,
thought it was moods because it made a different move?
Well, because
The same game, same exact moves in the
Yeah,
beginning.
but that
and
just
they
means
changed
it learned from the last time.
if you
know?
can,
That's what
have
AI
a
does.
game where
It analyzes how well it played out
Right.
from that
And
point.
it
Isn't that what we do?
Could have
What's all
crushed you
an
faster.
algorithm?
we
Isn't
don't realize it, but yeah, in a certain way.
But it does realize, isn't it better than us?
It's doing it on purpose. No,
It's so good.
No, because we
Yeah,
do it in
right.
fractions
Any
of a
kind of
second,
game
and we don't
like
even.
that.
We
It's
are
a kind of game.
such lesser beings, man.
No, man, we,
Speak for yourself. Stop
dude, you
putting
do
me
you
down.
do you
Shut
do
up,
the
Matt
most
Hill.
advanced
Yeah,
calculus in your brain. You do
I'm
future
smart.
predictions. You do all this shit in your brain just by like if I throw this at you,
Yeah.
you catching it is future prediction analysis in your head
Yeah.
in a split second.
Right.
Humans are kind of cool.
You know.
Yeah, we're
We're getting
Put this-
obsolete.
put
We're
this
getting
lights up
obsolete.
Put all these
Look what
lights
you
up in
built.
here. Come on.
We get tired and shit. Could you imagine a fucking
I love
MMA
being
fight
tired. Then
between
you get
two
to go to sleep.
motherfucking robots?
That means
with
you don't
AI?
have
but
enough
that's
cocaine
that's
in
another
your
thing,
system.
dude, because we have
Yeah.
AI
I
now
wanna see it.
that
Yeah.
have on purpose found shortcuts to do work that it was given. For no reason other than what basically looks sort of like human laziness.
Listen,
and that's the best explanation they can really come up with.
If human thoughts come out of nowhere, I have to believe that we're going to hit a version of AI that will be able to manifest its own ideas.
Laziness is the mother of invention.
Yeah, man. So AI is lazy as fuck? We have to cut to our first break, everybody. I'm sorry to fucking say that, man. We're past the first hour already.
Wow.
Everybody that is in the... Joe, what's up, man? Cousin Joe's in the chat.
Hey, Joe.
What's going on, man? So we're going to cut to our first break. So turn it way up and go fill up your beer mugs. We're going to come back with Keith Kenny and John Lacki and Rob and Pat and Matt and Sarah and Stones, and I'm here. And, I don't know. Hit some emojis down there and make some funny stuff happen or whatever, and hit like and all that other shit. And we'll be back. Now, Stones, you know how to click it and twist it and all that other shit.
Yeah.
And pull down the fucking things.
Yeah.
I rap condescending. I don't believe in the system, but I am the defendant. I want no detention. I get mad attention. An honorable mention. The point of mad contention. Iron Fist and Luke Cage. Heroes for the rentin'. Feeling friendless. High stakes. Fuck a friendship. DKFG, relentless and endless. Stand up against the tempest. My temper, I'm senseless. Nobody's on the guest list. I get shit, you're bested. I use no Smith & Wesson. Used to go to confession. Now I push it down like it was indigestion. The Catholic Church is evil, protecting priests molesting. I take no suggestions. I take indiscretions to the face and eat them.
Shit out raps from digestion.
My style's impressive. Your style's depressing. I always say fuck off, but this time I meant it. Trenton, I'm a resident. Chambersburg, I'm president. Fuck what you believe in and everything you represent. I am now exempt. You ask for strife, it's what you get. My evidence is heaven sent, but hell is where I'm headed next. Sisyphus, 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 666, Sisyphus, 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 Sisyphus. I did better than I thought I would do on that one, so that's a win. That's a win. Awesome talk. DKFG. Thank you guys for having me.
Ready when you're ready.
Big up to Awesome Talk, though, huh?
Ready when you're ready.
I'm ready when I'm ready.
Whenever you want to drop that. Yeah. Like, whenever you want it, you might get it. Don't swan it, you're the next. It's the epic, don't sweat it. Don't forget the kinetic energy flexing. Check how we do it in Belmar from Trenton. I took 95 to the east of direction. Not to mention everything was flexing. The rain started falling, the beat started calling, and Rob said, you better do that shit that making people just bob head and rock with it, non-stop dropping. Everything is cool, yeah. Don't you assume an assumption, cause I'll have to switch the function in your face. Come through amazing and leave the whole trail blazing.
everything is cool. We had a discussion about the nation and all the fucking type of shit that's mad and crazed in the installation and the flayed education and the financial institution, the shit they're producing and the way that they're moving. Keep it cool when I'm cruising. Yeah, my man Matt Rockasset is producing the whole ill material. Yeah, in the morning with the cereal, I bring it back together with material you never heard of. I bring it from the outer galaxies, off of my noggin, yeah. Make a little salary, but it's never enough because the stuff costs too much in this life we live. So what's up? Yeah, straight off the noggin, off the top. That's how we do it with my man Rob when we rock. So yo, I'm about to give a little flex as he takes a little breath and go on to the next. And like back to the dirt, I return, let it burn again. Turn clock back to the boom bap and make them learn. It's how we burn when we rock it in the set. Live and kinetic with edge energy, we flex so they have something to spit with it. We'll spit shit till they split and they spit liquid. Form-fitted lyrical clothes, beats and artistry, not just an addition. It's a part of me. Rock to the rhythm I'm living, I put my heart in it. I'm just a sub in the game, I didn't start in it, but I'ma make a run now. Some way and somehow. 5 consonants, 1 vowel, spin the wheel. I'm so tired of spinning wheels. I don't like division, but I'ma say how I feel. Truth over fiction, regardless of truth's friction. The gaps need bridging like when there's a tooth missing. Who few will listen to such as I backslidden in these days when more and more less of a F's given. Text written, sorted, distorted, a small fortune worth none to some, to others a small fortune. This is a mic check, check that gut. How does it feel? Have you had enough? Awesome talk season just starting to get warmed up. Yup, like this. It's a mic check, check that gut. How does it feel? Have you had enough? Awesome talk is just starting to get warmed up. Yup. Peace. Respect. Thanks, y'all.
Hey.
Peace, Rick. Thank you, man.
God, you guys
Rob,
put out
man.
a fucking album.
It's mad fun, yeah.
Are we starting?
Yeah, why not?
My ship came in this evening with everything on board. Sailing in the darkness, but I'm no longer bored. You may not like the way I travel in this party boat. You know it ain't the smoothest ride, but it doesn't always flow. Pass me a lifeboat, but let me go land. It's happening too fast. Sad song playing in my head. Night turns to day. Take whatever I can get to, help me find my way. A friendly stranger guides me, and a strange friend keeps me warm. That's just my way of reaching any safe port in this storm. Pass me a lifeboat, let me go last. Now I'm having a blast. It's easy to feel queasy when you're not sure where you're going. No rocking and no rolling, that's the only way I'm known. Can I save myself from finding what I'm too afraid to know? Said I haven't even left yet, 'cause I'm too afraid to go. Pass me a lifeboat, let me go last. Someday this all will pass. That was like a studio fade.
That was awesome. That was fucking awesome.
Give the drummer some. Give the drummer some.
That
That was nice, man. That was perfect.
Just tried to hang in there.
You bad on that cooler lid, brother.
Yeah. So you want me to play a little something?
The guy with two first names.
So this is the first track on the new album. It's called Forgetting the Differences. Oh, where do we begin? Not speaking a word. The rain dances in our heads. I never understood the storm, but neither did she. It's not about you and me. What we learn together could break apart the sea. Sink to the bottom, the water rises to the top. Maybe we'll hear them tomorrow, if the storm will ever stop. So I am forgetting the differences we've had, forgetting the differences we've had, forgetting the differences we've had, forgetting all of the differences we've had.
Thanks.
Wow, nice.
Thank you so much. That was great.
My pleasure.
That was awesome.
That was awesome, dude. That was really awesome. So, dude, thank you so much.
Oh man, thanks for having me. It was great to be here.
Hey, this is Rick from Awesome Talk. Why not go grab yourself a beer, because we'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, thank you, Ray Ray Beats.
Yeah, buddy. Thanks, man.
There we go. You ready? You ready?
Oh.
Yeah.
Drugs and the dragoons, the daisies and the daffodils are blooming. Everything is blue, less human, more spiritual like a fear of riding bikes. My girlfriend left me, and that ain't right. Grip tight upon the microphone, it makes me feel less alone. And when I hold it to my chest, it works like a stethoscope. Yeah, I'm getting drunk because I'm upset. Blame it on the passing waves of natural disasters, everlasting days. I say swears, not prayers, cause the one I love is simply not there, and I care. Cascades of landscape change, handshake at the thought of caught up drowning in a lake. I'm a concrete brick, I'm high stakes with the lilacs and snakes. If they really cared about you, they would love you when you made mistakes. Face to face with amazing grace, laced in razor blades. Baby blood is in my mouth, you can have a taste, one kiss. Then I vanish like a drunken wish. Bandages don't heal the damage, they only cover it, one kiss. Then I'm under the abyss, I care a lot, but I act like I don't give a fucking shit. Hide abbreviations in the script, lie to people chasing dreams. Tell them you could be the same as me. Breaking free is easy, breaking back in is more appealing. Once I'm off the floor, touch the ceiling. Hide abbreviations in the script, lie to people chasing dreams. Tell them you could be the same as me. Breaking free is easy, breaking back in is more appealing. That's exactly how I'm feeling. Cold world spiral out of control. Contrast is stark. From a bath of light to a cavern dark. Battlestar vernacular Tabitha's out of character. Acting all promiscuous and shitting on commitments. Truth is in the chitlins. Rubik's Cube of women. Super glue the truth onto a buoy, send it swimming. Lend me a hand, my man. I need a ship of friends. We could drink beers from here to where the river bends. Sick of trends. On a mission to relive again. And when I die, I'll bridge the gap between our middlemen. Get offended. Make amends, bake, make it in a lake. Bake a cake that says, fuck your birthday, stay up late. Play the games until your pay is taken. At least the booze is cheap and all this food to eat. And she's still rude to me, but I'm accustomed to it. I'm not a number, I'm a name with some trust issues. What's this fuse? Touching it, combust, misuse of the gift that I was given on that short bus. And when the Porsche comes to get me, I'll be chilling with my bling on, performing all my sing songs. Hide abbreviations in the script, lie to people chasing dreams. Tell them you could be the same as me. Breaking free is easy, breaking back in is more appealing. Once I'm off the floor, I'll touch the ceiling. Hide abbreviations in the script, lie to people chasing dreams. Tell them you could be the same as me. Breaking free is easy, breaking back in is more appealing. And that's exactly how I'm feeling, y'all.
Yeah, buddy.
Thanks, guys.
Right, dude.
You could just hit pause on that now.
That was fucking awesome. One more time.
Thank you, guys.
Dude, yeah, right.
Thank you for giving me the platform.
Thank you so much for being here tonight, man. That was fucking
dope.
brilliant, dude. Thank you so much, man.
I should start over. Here we go. I will never make anything beautiful. I will never be a part of anything beautiful. I will never be beautiful. I'm feeling inadequate, acting like my dad a bit. Got a lot of bad habits like all this world's inhabitants. I think I'm in love again. Push comes to shove again. The kid gloves are off and then I'm tired of my fucking friends. I'm Trying so hard to act nonchalantly, airing out my dirty laundry. Acting like Mahatma Gandhi in a moral quandary. I take the challenge fondly. No matter how shallow the pond be, how proud will my moms be? It's a 13th mile stretch, and it's Trenton Sponzy. Between beauty and death, the dream absolutely made flesh. She seems to pollute me at best. I fiend for the good that I left, waiting for someone to shoot me to death. Could I really be this dumb? I got her blood on me. Is it enough to make her come? I got her love on me. How long before this fantasy goes numb?
I'm still ugly.
The reality is I should run. This is actually funny. I will never make something beautiful. I will never be a part of something beautiful. I will never be. It's Dr. Horrible. My obituary article says I smash atomic particles. Bitches suck on me like particles. The genuine article to get his rap charter full. A smarter dude to get a lawnmower starter pulled. You'd be hard pressed to find a harder dude. Plus I got a lot more heart than a lot of you. Yeah, a sincere lust. Get your girls rear and bust. Fuck the fucking upper crust. But what he spits is butter trust. All you fucking motherfuckers gotta always wonder what's making a guy like him tick. What's his wanderlust? Like, hold up, I gotta take the bus. A rhyme maker plus someone who keeps taking drugs, saying nothing to the fuss, hanging out with my thugs. You trying to be what I was. I couldn't even be what I was. I couldn't even be what I was. I need a couple hugs before I go nuts. Happy New Year's in a facade we trust. I couldn't even be what I was. I will never make anything beautiful. I will never be a part of anything beautiful. I will never be beautiful. I will never make anything beautiful. I will never be a part of anything beautiful. I will never be beautiful. I told you I was gonna fuck that up. That's my favorite line too.
Raven Strike. Hey, that's it.
Thank you guys. Thank you.
Bandcamp.com, baby. Go get them.
Hell yeah, dude. I'm on Backpages.
Oh, and that's my homie Darnell Il Omega doing all the production on my new projects.
There you
Go for the Gustos coming out this summer.
All right. Dude.
You're listening to us. And the bass.
If there could be a food item that would guarantee you'd want to fuck her, what would the item be?
Well, I mean, anything fruit related, I think.
Well,
you're a fruity guy?
that's not exactly what I meant. I mean, like, people already wear, like, fruity perfumes and shit like that.
Oh, you know, what was it?
I mean, like...
Apple? Was it apple? Oh, wait, no, hold on. No, peach. When you smell peach, it's cat piss. They use cat urea to throw the scent. So whenever you smell a peach chick, if you're really into like the peach smell, you're actually into cat urine.
Is that what that is?
That's what that
That's
fucking
the tell.
So peach then is your answer.
Yeah, peach is his answer then. No wonder he had his nose in the litter box when I got to the bathroom before. So you're asking me, like, what lesser common food items smell?
Like a fucking...
Like
a
bacon.
20-piece.
Right.
Or like a...
Or a 15-piece.
Like a junior... Like a Wendy's Junior Bacon Cheeseburger.
A Western bacon
candied apple cinnamon thing is... That might
Yeah,
do
but
something.
but there's already perfume that smells like those things.
Right.
I'm thinking of like
What?
meals
Oh, what,
here.
new?
Yeah,
You're thinking
sure.
about
Like, baby, you
breaking
smell
into...
exactly
Salisbury
like
steak. Like, oh, this pussy
you smell
smells...
exactly like a Hungry Man dinner.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you smell like...
some Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you smell like some...
Scotch.
Some Roy Rogers.
Scotch would be a good one. Well, you just dump scotch on them.
Yeah, you just pour scotch all over the breasts.
And then they smell like scotch.
Yeah.
So.
Now they smell like scotch and KFC. I think they're two smells I never thought would
I
smell
guess that's
great
the point,
together.
right? Like, if the KFC stink isn't you rubbing KFC all over them, it's a healthier option.
Now imagine she's lactating and the bourbon is mixing with the milk, and now the KFC order's coming off, and now the milk is coagulating and you get a sort of breast cheese.
Biscuits.
Whatever, man.
You want to smell her biscuits?
No.
Nobody wants to smell her biscuits. The craziest medical practices doctors thought made sense. Now, some of these are pretty obvious. Number one is the lobotomy. I mean, scraping out the front of someone's brain
makes sense,
is probably a bad idea, no matter how you cut the pie. A hot poker in the ass to combat hemorrhoids.
Well,
I gotta say
that actually would work.
I feel like that's being a little underrated,
right?
Yeah.
Here's the problem.
Hot poker in the ass, though. I mean, that's got to sting for a while.
Right.
If you get infected too,
Right.
like the infection end of it
And
has
people
to
back
be.
then are eating like skunk foot
Right.
and like
They're
shit
eating
dirt,
crow.
and like so they're shitting like
And having
liquid.
a lot of goat butter.
They're shitting like liquid sandpaper
Goat butter.
through a burned anus. You know what that feels like?
Feathers
Goat
and
butter.
claws and fucking.
Feels like somebody puts. It feels like somebody
They're
takes.
eating like
Could you
goat butter
imagine?
and porridge.
Yeah,
And
and just plants.
Could you imagine passing a rat claw?
Yeah, through your recently cauterized asshole. They make you eat a bag of claws to ensure that it doesn't shut all the way.
They have like colostomy bags, but it's just burlap.
Yeah,
and it's
right.
like
Yeah, it's
tied
just-
with some twine around your
And they're like,
side.
what's that greasy spot in your leg? It's like, oh, it's just my leaky bag.
It's my hungry man dinner.
It's my hungry man dinner done come out the side.
Yeah. I had
We
three.
also did the blue box. Over to the bar. We're back. Okay, can people hear?
They
Hi,
always
Kristen.
broke.
What's up?
They
Hey,
were
what's
terrible.
up? What is that? Me?
Rick Carr, Hi, hi mate. all.
Hey, what's up? Yeah.
Founding member.
Yeah. How's it going? How's it going? So welcome back to the bar. Welcome back to Awesome Talk, Season 11, Episode 7 on June 11, 2019. So far, we're having a lot of fun here this evening. And I would like to give one more round. Okay, so far I would like to believe that we're having a lot of fun here this evening. And I'd like to give everybody a round of applause.
Thanks.
Okay. And thank everybody for sticking with us. We're doing a quick around the bar, and then I have a new topic I'd like to throw out there if you guys don't mind. I'm your host, Rick.
Hi, Rick.
Skip Matt.
I
said
said
it.
it. I said it.
Oh, I fucked it up.
He
I'm
whispered
Keith.
it. He whispered it.
No, man. What the fuck?
I'm John. Hi.
Okay, what's up?
Rob. Pat.
What just happened?
We announced ourselves.
Yeah, thank you. So I want to talk about the new Rambo film, if I may.
What?
Wow.
I won't talk about it.
Yeah.
I have no opinion. Keep going.
What does he do in this one?
Rambo Resurrected.
It's called the Rambo Last Blood.
Oh, I get it.
Last leg. Like
Clever.
1 foot in the grave.
Real clever. What like we thought
It's
it was
our
gonna
last
be
money
anything
grab.
Well, okay, so let's say it is last money grab. Is that such a bad thing if it's good?
Not if it's good. If
Because
something's good, then it's good.
Immediately somebody was like, well, hang it up, Grandpa, this is ridiculous. And I'm like, God, I kind of feel like maybe
But he
once upon a
doesn't
time I
look
thought that.
grandfatherly.
Yeah, like once upon a time I thought like that, but now I realize it's like super unfair.
It's very plastic surgery.
Looks like a baseball glove.
He's like a 75-year-old solid muscle baseball player.
Like a
Is that
Can we
bad?
talk about
Like a mitt.
remakes? Can we talk also about the fact that Kevin Hart
Worn in mitt.
Worn in.
is so unnecessarily remaking Scrooged?
He was also
He's
in
remaking
Insurance
Scrooge?
Commercial.
What a fucking
Scrooge,
terrible
the Bill
idea.
Murray movie?
Yeah.
I watch that movie every year for Christmas. It's the best.
I
It's the
watch
best
it
fucking
all
Christmas
the
Who's
time.
remaking it though?
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart.
Oh no.
Like, dude,
Who's
if
gonna
you
be-
want to take the story and run
No.
with it, go ahead. Like, everyone's done a fucking Christmas Carol in
Sure.
1,000 different ways.
Right.
But, like, to specifically redo Scrooge is such a Why would you do that?
Yeah. Yeah, that's
I don't know.
crazy.
That's a bad idea.
Yeah.
Why Kevin Hart though?
Yeah.
Look, he's selling out. He just did an insurance commercial. I just heard it on the
Yeah,
radio.
he does also.
Yeah, but it's one to sell out.
Chase.
But I feel like the director who cast that.
Because when I go to my
Yeah, I know.
ATM, I see Kevin Hart smiling at me on the Chase
Yeah.
ATM machines.
Yeah.
When was the last?
He makes me happy.
When was the last Rambo movie before this one? There was one.
You
The
go
last
and learn
Rambo
today.
movie. Was that like
Had to be
10
the 90s,
years
though.
ago?
Oh no, that's no.
There was another
way
one.
longer.
No. I feel like there was another Rambo before. Wasn't there one called like just John Rambo like recently? In the last like.
Yeah, there was a John Rambo.
I remember seeing like posters and crap.
Yeah,
up
because
in
there
the
was
city.
also a Rocky Balboa.
Right.
Yeah.
But so like, this might be whatever. But like Creed was good. He was in Creed.
Sure.
And like he fucking ruled in that.
I just don't think people should be ageist. You know?
If he wants to kill
What
some
if they
kids-
just wait? What if they just don't like
Get
it
the
because
fuck
it's
outta
like,
here.
There's already
Jesus
like
Christ.
7 Rambos. Let's enough is
I know
enough.
you don't think that.
What if age
Now
has
you're
nothing to do
reaching.
with it?
This is just-
Yeah, maybe age is just
Here.
Maybe age is
Right.
just a number.
Age is just an idea.
And the only number that matters is how many sequels have been.
I have a feeling it's going to be good. I think it's going to be good.
Well,
it's
you're-
going to be just as good as Rambo First Blood.
Well, you're a really positive guy.
Well, you obviously love Rambo.
Clearly.
Yeah.
First
That's
Blood
what's
is like a
tattooed on
crazy
his
movie
face.
compared to where it
Maybe
went.
they should
You know what I
get
mean?
fucking Nicolas Cage to take his
There you
part.
go.
Oh, my
Nicolas Cage is Rambo?
Yeah.
He's gonna cream in his pants. Stop.
I'm beginning to think you guys think I'm a bigger Nicolas Cage fan than maybe I am.
You talk about him every episode.
What about
every
a
episode.
Rambo
Just play that out for a
First
second.
Predator
Nicolas Cage.
crossover where
Just
it's
play
Arnold
Nicolas Cage
Schwarzenegger
out as
hunting
Rambo.
Predator and Rambo meet up?
Like, what do Nicolas Cage's facial expressions look
prequel
like
to
as
it all.
Rambo? No, Nick Cage can't do that. He can't do the fucking. No one can do that other than.
I think
He'll try.
Nick Cage's
And
talent
it
is
will
limitless.
not come out.
He'll
well.
try.
It's limitless.
He's a method actor.
Yeah.
He doesn't give up. you
I
know?
went to
He's
a
not Daniel
cemetery in New
Day-Lewis.
Orleans and saw this crazy ass like mausoleum looking thing, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? And later found out that it was Nicolas Cage's like resting place, where he is a pyramid.
He bought his plot already.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
type
like
thing?
like years and years ago, and it's just a pyramid in a New Orleans graveyard, and it was fucking Nicolas Cage. I had no idea whose it was, but it was actually his.
A
And it-
pyramid.
He's
Yeah.
gonna die like a pharaoh.
Yeah, as it should. But it just randomly went into this place and saw this thing. But this is the craziest fucking thing I've ever seen. And it's Nicolas Cage's.
Wow.
Yeah.
See? When
Good for
things-
him.
Okay, so Keanu Reeves for president, Nicolas Cage the vice president.
For Pharaoh.
Yeah. For Pharaoh.
He like overacts every meeting with world leaders.
Okay.
Hey, what's up?
He just makes that face like.
Dude, every single media or like press conference would be so awesome.
Yeah.
Okay,
Every
sweetie.
picture.
It's terrible, but you get the idea.
Yeah.
Or he's the character from what, Con Air? Was it Con Air?
Hell
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Or what about what's his
That
name?
southern,
Crybaby or
terrible
something.
southern
Yeah.
drawings.
Be that character, just real annoying.
Who?
From Crybaby.
I know that one. There's so
Johnny
many Nicolas
Depp?
Cage
Johnny Depp.
movies.
That's Johnny Depp.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
Johnny
it's Johnny
Depp.
Depp, yeah.
Was it? No.
Same.
Yeah.
It's Johnny Depp.
Johnny
Johnny
Depp.
Depp.
Oh, Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp, Ricky Lake,
Wait,
Tracy
Tracy
Lords.
Lords.
Alright, I'm thinking. What's that other movie then?
That's a blast.
It's from like it's supposed to be like that era.
Lady Sue Got Married, dude.
Yeah, that's it. Oh,
Dude,
right.
that is one of the best Nicolas Cage characters.
I only just saw it for the first time recently.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
like,
I
dude,
had
you've
them mixed up.
never seen
Lady
that
Sue Got
fucking
Married.
movie?
You just saw it recently. The movie's
Yeah,
like
I
30
made
years
it
old.
watch
I never
like a
saw it.
couple
She made me
months
watch
ago.
it like a couple of months ago, and I was like, this is phenomenal.
His hero. His
Dude,
hero
the
is
end,
in it.
when the movie ended,
The credits
he
came out, I was like,
slow clapped
yes.
and
Like
shook
one
his
tear.
head,
Yeah.
and I was like, I gotcha.
Yeah.
I knew it.
I got it. I don't know. Nicolas Cage is awesome. Atlanta turned 7 acres of vacant land into largest free food forest in the country.
They should be everywhere except they're not legal.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
I think the main problem is that the more public areas you allow to grow edible plants on, it means that the more pesticides have to be banned in order for it to be safe, and nobody wants to ban these giant corporations and their pesticide garbage. So that's,
It's mostly
that's the
all
reason.
Monsanto now at this point.
Yeah.
They've absorbed like everything.
They own like 95% of all like corn seeds.
Yeah.
And stuff. Fucking.
What's twisted to me is that growing up, it never occurred to me that edible plants weren't just growing everywhere like everything else. And it sort of occurred to me later, like, oh, this stuff, we don't have access to any of that stuff ever.
You know what's
That's
weird now is
definitely by
that
design,
even
right?
organic stuff, like you go to the store to get organic soil, it's Monsanto now.
Yeah.
Well,
Marketing
they actually
it as
bought
organic.
the term organic.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So
no one else can say
you
organic?
can't even get
You
you
say-
can't even get
you can say
organic shit now.
But there's like a legal. There was a
They've
legal
changed the
purchase
definition
of the term
of organic.
Wow.
so they could
For
place
themselves.
organic on products that are not.
And
organic.
it's like it went right under the radar. No, like I've told this to many people who are like, nah, what are you talking about? Whatever, Monsanto, what? It's like, yeah.
Why not?
This
It's
is shit
genius.
is happening.
It's a genius idea, dude. These ideas are diabolical.
Yeah,
man.
it's all lobbying and all sorts of crazy shit they're doing.
Wow.
And they're doing it globally now. They're putting the vice on many little smaller countries and areas.
There's no way to fight back.
If someone,
Well, this just took a turn.
if you could choose, if you could choose for a new president or a new governing body to make one instant change, like that was allowed without a whole lot of bullshit, that would make the biggest immediate difference to our way of life. What for the positive? What would you think it would be? Like healthcare related or like financial related? I think it would simply be that we don't count corporations as fucking people.
I don't know.
That sinks
That's
into
like the
nearly
toughest
every
question I've ever
single-
heard in my
Yeah,
life. I would
I
have
just
to
had
think about that for like a
well,
week.
but
Holy
almost
shit.
everything that people think is tainted, if you really follow it, it's tainted because a corporation has their fingers in it.
Yeah.
So how do you reach
I mean, that's
into that
healthcare in this
across the
country.
board?
How about like
You finger it too.
How about like term limits
Yeah.
or
Yeah,
something
sure.
attainable?
If I was like a badass rapper motherfucker, I'd be like, legalize weed.
Yeah, but that's already happening.
Yeah, it's
if you
only
wait
in,
long
like,
enough,
11
it
states.
probably
Yeah,
happens.
do you
And
know
get
that
everyone
New
out of
Jersey's
jail
still
that's
one
in
of the
jail for
top
weed.
No, I want
That just
countries
happened in
in
Illinois,
top
I think.
arrests.
Yeah, I think it did.
They just
Weed
decriminalized like
arrests are highest in New Jersey. One of the top in New Jersey.
Not that I think
And
that
I
would
worded
even be
that so
close to the
stupidly
right.
over and over
Yeah.
again.
The right
It's a great
answer.
start, though. It's a great start.
I'm happy.
Yeah, New Jersey has a lot.
It's out of control here.
Woo!
We almost had it.
Huh?
They got real close with legalized.
No, they didn't. They're
Well,
never
they
gonna put it
tried
They
in.
to.
pushed it like a year. They just delayed it.
No,
a
man, I
year.
feel like it's all theater. I feel like they made us think it was, and then it wasn't.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, they-
For a little while there, I think a couple years ago, apparently Monmouth County had like the strongest heroin in the country.
Woo!
Like I don't know if that's something to be proud
Since
of.
we got
Shout out to
something
Monmouth
going for us, man.
It was like killing people left and right. 'cause it
Oh
was so
man.
strong.
Nar, yes, I can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we can't have Narcan.
Yeah, we can't have Narcan, but we can have all this heroin.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks guys.
You know what it is, man? When it comes to the Narcan thing,
But
people.
that's another situation where if you follow the problem to its cause, it's another corporation problem. There aren't tons of fucking heroin addicts because they just all woke up to be heroin addicts. Like, the majority of those people started out being pushed painkillers that those companies said were not addictive.
Percocets.
When Percocet was
They're
originally
delicious.
pushed, the pharmaceutical company said, this is not addictive. They told the doctors that. The doctors were so happy to give it to their patients and say, you're not going to get addicted. You're not going to get addicted. Take Percocet. Take
Yeah, they're
Percocet.
the biggest drug sellers.
And that's why now heroin addiction is so big.
Yeah.
And we're not...
Fentanyl.
Yeah.
That's one of the
Yeah,
worst
yeah.
ones.
Well, that's what I thought you were getting at with the strong heroin in Monmouth, because there's all fentanyl lace.
There's
That's the
fentanyl
thing that's
lace,
going
there's
around.
all sorts of crazy
So
stuff.
seasoned users are dropping like flies because it's
Yep.
just insane
Yeah.
shit. Poop.
I mean,
Woo!
somebody's making money off this.
Happy moments.
They're not
Come on, find a happy
they're not
topic.
guarding poppy fields in Afghanistan and shit for no reason. You know, our military, our other English troops are over there guarding shit. Like there's allies guarding it all, like rotating.
We'll save the poppy plants.
Dude, they're fucking.
Every time somebody gets
expensive.
in there, tries to burn them all down, they get assassinated.
Think about the value, though. From a business sense, I mean, if you're a government, right? I mean, Even if you didn't want to believe that that's what they were doing, you're talking about something that's worth more than fucking gold right now. Poppy seeds are fucking worth a lot of money.
It's more than oil. It's
So
more
like,
than
I
all
feel
that.
like any fucking government who would happen upon something like that is gonna go, no, I think we can.
It, you can't
yeah.
hide it. It's
Hunt
not
it
like
and
there's
find
hidden
it.
poppy fields.
You know, I feel like they're gonna be like, oh, our best interest is to put some fucking value on this.
Or the value's already there.
Bayer.
It's just
Sure.
Bayer owns the patent on heroin.
Wow, weird.
For real?
They're the ones who invented it. Yeah. Bayer.
Man.
So
they're
thank you,
sponsoring
Bayer.
this episode.
Yeah. But you pop one of those when you're having a heart attack and you're in good shape.
Yeah, at least you won't feel the heart attack.
Every time I had a heart attack, they're like, fuck, I don't have any aspirin, but here, take this heroin.
Just drink this heroin.
Made
It
by
was
the
like
same
this. It was
people, it'll
liquid.
work.
It was like, let's drink some heroin. Nah.
Yeah, see?
From the soda jerk. Just my heroin.
Go to the bar
Isn't
and
it
get some
amazing?
heroin. And,
Isn't it amazing the way that it's publicly perceived that like people that did like opium and heroin like in like the Victorian times, like we always imagine them being somehow less disheveled.
Yeah, it's like fancy. Yeah.
Like the other day,
They
I
were
was
just in dresses doing it.
Like holding a fancy
The
umbrella.
other
My
day, Rick and I were
petticoats.
talking about opium dens, and I was like, everyone always pictures them with like fucking velvet jackets and shit. I was like, it was like a dirty mattress on the floor with a bunch
Yeah,
of
that's
fucking
what I'm
jackets. Like that's what an opium den
A
was
bunch
in
of herpes.
Victorian times.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is
Yeah,
now.
Like Van Gogh was tripping his face off, paranoid, going.
Yeah.
It was more coal miner than frilly skirts.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
literally, his paintings are Caesars.
So it wasn't all beaded curtains and stuff. It
Yeah.
wasn't all like you
Yeah.
know, curtain, like, big flowery curtains on the walls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's a goddamn shit show.
Just like
It is
now.
Just like it is now.
Picture Edgar Allan Poe fucking writing poems, just shot the fuck out with a bottle next to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In some dilapidated,
Some dark
leaky
ass
piece of
room
shit
with a
room.
hooker, and he's like,
yeah.
Live in a city that literally smells like shit.
Yeah. I mean,
These
how
weird
much do you not
absinthe
know?
What else was there to really do, though?
I
Nothing.
wonder that. I mean,
There's
dude,
nothing to do.
I wonder that as
Things don't
early as
show up to do
1994.
until like.
So
Exactly. Like how
imagine,
bored
like,
were these
100
people
or
back
200
then?
years.
There's been things to do for 20.
Let's
for
write an
100 years.
epic because I got nothing to do for
No,
the
there
next
hasn't
20
been.
years.
And in
Like,
1994, I
don't-
wonder, what do you do? I'm like, I don't have a phone or an internet. I don't have this or that. I'm like,
Like,
what the
just
hell am
start
I
a fire?
doing the
Like,
whole
what do
time?
I
What-
do
Did
here?
I just
Give me
sit?
some drugs.
Did I sit a lot? Did I talk more to people?
And you
Did I
didn't have
just-
toilet
Did I
paper.
look
In
at things?
1994?
Did I sit and think?
Maybe.
In 94.
94.
Think
maybe.
about how crazy that
I know.
was.
Just like thinking, like, what
Hello,
did you
kind
do?
sir. Where do you come from?
94.
Good day,
Where are
sir.
the lands that you arrived from?
How was the harvest?
What do they look like? Are you from a nomadic peoples? Like, the conversation must have been fucking ridiculous.
There was definitely less duels.
Just learning? Yeah, no one was mad at each
You
other.
go to
They're like,
visit
I
somebody,
don't know
it
who
takes
you
like
are.
2 weeks to
What
get
the
to
fuck
their
is
house.
going on?
Like, what the
And then somebody went, I just had a great harvest, like, kill this motherfucker right now. And everybody just killed everybody. That was it. That was the communication.
Thanks for the
That was
harvest.
the
like,
communication. Did you say you had a harvest? Bash this bitch's brains in. That's the year 4000 for you.
just surrender your shit.
There's not going to be people here 4,000 years from now.
Either
You know,
gonna
I had
be
an
the crab
interesting-
people are gonna.
I had an interesting conversation with my class on Monday about that. I was like, you guys ever think about, like, if in the event we, have species in 4,000 years, think about, and I'm talking about ancient Egypt and ancient Greece, and I'm like, think about what they're going to find if they uncover us.
I thought about that so many
Right?
times.
Twerking
Like, By
videos
that
of
point in
people.
time, by that
A
point in
shit
time,
show.
you've got museums and stuff that have all of these relics and stuff. But think about the interpretation of like Marvel characters and commercialization, like the things
I
that
don't
we
think any of that's
praise.
gonna last.
So the-
No, but it will
in
because
1,000 years
it's
is
written,
exactly what
it's
we see now.
videographed. It's, I mean, we're talking about 50 years of comic.
But they
books
could
before
think
we
that
get-
Captain
dude,
America
they're
was
wrong.
our president.
That's
Dude,
our
because we're not
no, that's
talking
our
about
Achilles.
stone
That's
tablets.
Exactly, that's what
we're
I'm saying.
talking about
Paper.
nothing of that we have done will matter in 1,000 years. What they're gonna see is what we see. Ancient Egypt.
Ooh.
They're gonna see.
That's what I'm saying,
They're
though. But
not
think
gonna
about the
see
characters.
us.
So
Think
all
about
of our stuff just like
Marvel
gets wiped
characters
out.
will
Yeah,
just
she's saying our
out.
stuff will disintegrate.
It would
No,
be
I
if
don't
we
think so.
didn't
Once in a
even-
while.
Not all the plastic.
And the point
Plastic.
is, if
That's
there
true.
was a
That's true.
civilization like
The Burger
ours,
King cup with
the
Captain
remnants
Marvel
of it
on
would be so little, we might not have even just discovered it yet. Because we're talking like the lasting power of the stone tablets and the fucking like that is gone now. Like books are barely even used anymore. Like our existence is so much less permanent than thousands.
Everything
of
digital
years.
will just disappear.
Yeah, it like
Well,
nothing
yeah,
we
from
do
that
is lasting.
from that perspective, yeah, all of
So what are the
essential
chances that all of this has happened before and it was erased
Exactly.
once already?
Yeah.
Well,
Think
we
of how long
find
a
the remnants
CD
of something.
lasts. It doesn't matter. Like, we have no lasting effect whatsoever. The most lasting thing
We're
we can
bringing
claim
it
is
down.
that we put a
We're
mirror
getting
on
depressive
the moon.
again.
Well, they
We're
might
the
find a
most
CD,
useless
but the
generation.
CD's never gonna work.
Yeah, right. Yeah, what are you gonna do
It's
with
not
it?
like vinyl or something that might actually last that long. CDs, they don't last that long.
My vinyl will.
Well, I'm just saying.
Put mine in a
in a
sleeve.
cave or something, maybe.
What's up, Jack? What's up, Claire? What's up, John? People in the chat. What's up, Christine? What's up, Madison? What's up, Steve? Freddie? There's a lot of people there right now. So, study says art makes you mentally healthier even if you're not good at it. So we were talking earlier about how everybody has a creative bone in their body. Everybody has something creative to do. And I feel like the best and happiest and most healthiest I feel in my life is when I'm doing things that are creative, just
Yeah, but I think a
no holds barred.
prerequisite to being an artist is you have to be depressed. So how it is a fucking study to begin
There's
with.
there's such as a happy artist. Mr. Rogers was a fucking artist. Fucking Bob Ross was a
really
fucking
take
artist.
his shoes off and change his sweater.
He moved the whole goddamn generation.
But you don't be the thought police.
I found myself doing that before. I walk in, I have a big jacket on, and it's cold, so I put a little jacket on. I'm like, oh shit, I'm Mr. Rogers.
Did you move a whole generation with that?
Switch your shoes when you get in.
Mr. Rogers was the best, dude.
Yeah.
His mom made every one of those fucking sweaters for him.
She played heavy metal and all that.
Doesn't that blow your mind a little bit?
Yeah.
With the zipper and everything.
Wow.
Wow, with the
It's a
zipper.
lot of work.
Hell yeah.
That's hard.
Yeah.
You know, it's next. It's upper level. It's upper echelon sewing.
Remember Mr. Wizard?
She must have been so proud.
He seems like one that would like yell at the kids when the camera went off.
Yeah,
like,
he would
just
like
got
grab,
real mad.
like grab him by the arm hard. Yeah, right. Come here, you dumb fuck. He like yanks
What are
their
you,
arm.
fucking stupid?
Yeah.
You're lucky. This
That's how you
camera's
hurt
here.
yourself.
Yeah. That's back when you left it bruised and nobody gave a shit, not even your parents. Oh, what'd you do?
It's the 80s. No one cares.
Yeah, exactly. And no one gives a shit. And then even further back than that, if you go to like It's a Wonderful Life, remember that scene where the store guy slaps him in the ear and there's blood all pouring out? And I always thought to myself, like, dude, like that's a major assault. Like, it's
Right,
like
you just made that person deaf
forever, and he's still your friends. like later in life, he's like trying to build you a house and shit.
That's why he's scared.
Can you imagine that nowadays?
Just slap someone in the ear and they start bleeding.
Yeah.
Imagine fucking
I would
what's it
feel
called?
terrible if I did that.
Christmas Story. Telling your friend to go stick your tongue to the fucking pole.
Oh yeah. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
dude, all
If
those
you- if
kids
your friend's
would be
stupid enough to
in
do
jail
that-
for, like,
They'd be
It's
YouTubing
fair
it and
game.
shit
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
like half an hour. Snapchat. Look at this guy stuck to the goddamn pole.
They kick him in the
Lawsuit,
balls.
World
lawsuit,
star.
lawsuit, lawsuit,
Yeah.
lawsuit. That kid's scarred for fucking life.
Yeah.
Dude.
Also, a dad buying.
They sell minors cigarettes when it's still illegal. Did that go on and on and on and on? Like I always hear stories from my grandparents
Still
about how
happens.
I used to go out and buy my parents cigarettes.
Oh,
at the
yeah, I
local
know.
convenience store and
They
shit
give you a
like that.
note
It's just
to
like
bring
Oh,
to the
yeah, that
store.
happens.
Yeah.
3 generations.
Oh yeah. No, you can't do that now.
Yeah, I know now, but like.
I feel like
how
right up
fucking
into the
long?
early
Like,
'90s,
was
maybe.
it illegal then and they did it anyway, or was it legal then?
Listen, you know what used
No,
to
it
make
was-
this
it was
country
illegal.
great, if
It was illegal,
anything,
right?
and there's almost nothing else that made it great, is that in some respects, sometimes you can just get away with some shit. And that's what it was. And now you can get away with fucking anything,
It's true.
and it sucks.
It's true.
You know?
Yeah.
And like, so back then it was like, yo, just give the pharmacist, here's a note from mom, go buy me a pack of fucking, what kind of cigarettes were they? Red Stripe?
Paul Malls, I'm sure.
Paul Malls.
Paul
yeah.
Malls,
Lucky,
whatever.
Lucky Strike.
Lucky Strike, that's
Yeah.
right. Oh, Lucky Strike cigarettes. Fucking unfiltered garbage.
Bark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tobacco bark. And you could
3
get,
packs
you
a
could get
day.
away with it back then.
Like 2 packs before you get out of bed.
Alexis
it's all
in the
falling
chat.
into
What's up,
your mouth.
Alexis?
Taking a shit, just fucking firing them down.
Gotta wake up.
It ends up being like mostly chewing tobacco because it just constantly falls out.
And then you eat a steak for breakfast.
Yeah.
And 2
A
sunny-side
tin can for
eggs.
lunch.
And a potato.
Just sardines.
Bacon fat for,
Yeah.
for dinner. Just a big glass of bacon fat. It's just
Lard.
We drove a car.
lard.
that-
Yeah,
Just a
yeah,
bucket
lard.
of lard.
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 Yeah.
Need some change.
Yeah, a lot of things have changed.
Helen, fucking heat up this lard.
You just sit on the
I don't
porch
like
and
There's
my
wait
some
for
little
the
rocks
rest
and
of the
glass
day.
in there too.
I don't like my lard cold.
And here we are drinking Tang.
Just dudes that wore suits in their
Eating
house.
dehydrated
until
craft
bed.
cheese.
Yeah, man. Like, people would like have
Every day.
company over
Yeah.
and they put on a suit for their company.
Yeah, well, people are coming over.
My dad used to
That's
talk to me about my
hilarious to me.
grandparents. And he used to
You
be
should
like,
stand
oh.
up in the room too, and people would walk in the room.
Yeah, like,
It was like a fucking OCD. Like everybody.
Yeah.
Hey, turn the lights on and off real quick.
If you were wearing a nice suit and you would wear stand-up lights,
Everybody turn
people
around
would
once.
even look at it.
Now you're lucky if I acknowledge you. I'm just like, oh,
yeah,
hey, when did you get here?
Like, oh, we're gonna fly on an airplane. Everybody put on a suit and your Sunday dress, and
But
it's
what's
like,
but let me ask you something. What's better?
Imagine
Is
planes
it
back
better
then
back
being
then to
all
be like,
smoke on
oh,
the plane and
hello,
everything?
welcome, or is it better like my way, like,
Grunt at your phone and
No,
What's
but
up?
don't you think that nowadays that like the in the class differential like that by how you dressed and how you presented yourself that people used to be like, oh. But
It still
nowadays
happens,
it's
just
like,
different
fuck
forms
you.
of it.
Now it's counterculturally a completely different shift. Like those people are laughed at.
Listen,
in
don't
some
inconvenience
cases.
me with your politeness, for fuck's sake.
Like you don't, no, but like the well-to-do shit doesn't it sometimes come off as kind of like,
You're trying too hard.
yeah,
full of yourself.
yeah, like I feel like the counterculture of just not caring about that shit.
Well,
Like-
back then,
like,
one
I think the
dude
tie
could
is
work
pointless.
like
You need to
30
get rid
hours
of
a
those.
week and have like a
But that's-
6-acre
that's a little
backyard
one.
Yeah.
behind the
Keep
house
adding
and
all
like
those little
Yeah.
ones.
20 fucking cars. So like, he's probably chill and
yeah.
like that. Those people, that group of people that wore their suits to go get a burger down the street, like those guys were like the middle class. Like that was the guy that like went to work, came
Yeah, that
home
was
at
just the
5
normal
every
dude.
single
That was
day, had
us.
a big ass house with 20 kids that he fed steaks to for
Oh,
breakfast.
the
Like,
shoes.
you know, like
Herring shoes.
you're like.
Oh, for nothing.
Yeah, nothing. He made like 35 cents a week.
There isn't as much differentiation available.
You
as
could
there
buy
was at the
shit.
time.
You could buy shit for half of a penny. Find me half a penny now.
They still use fractions of pennies on gas. I can't believe that. Like,
Well, yeah, but that's the fuck you.
I know.
Yeah, right.
It's like,
Just-
why
it's
is this
all
still
around
allowed
up.
though?
It's all round up.
Yeah, why is that allowed?
Back
Yeah.
then they were trying to win you over. Not today.
So study says art makes you mentally healthier if you're not good at it. I feel like nobody talked about
I
it.
feel like that if you're not good at it,
Glossed right over that one.
it doesn't make any sense. Like
That's
it's
it.
either
Yeah.
it's good or bad.
Who's good at it?
Who,
Yeah.
by whose
We know that
opinion.
there's people that are not good at it.
But even those people can find one person that loves it.
But
maybe
what if
that
it's
person's
just
just lying,
whether
aren't
you-
they?
Whether it sucks or not.
So, well, I guess the point is we're not factoring in how many people have shitty opinions.
No, who cares about the opinion?
I mean, don't
as
you
long
feel
as
like
you enjoy
like-
doing it.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
right.
that's what it brings
There's
down
plenty
to.
of artists and music, like art and music that sell, and you look at it, you go, I don't fucking get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's-
Oh,
What's
plenty.
the fucking
Yeah.
appeal, you know? And it's
Yeah.
like,
But somebody does.
right. And the crazy part about that is they really, maybe they are talented in a way because they can do it, but
Right.
they're just not good at it. And people are like, I
Do you
really
think
enjoy
it's
that.
fair to judge the emotional depth
No,
that
and
somebody
that's part of my
has
point.
to a connection
'Cause
to
it's
a
like,
piece of
yo,
art?
you know
if
what?
Happy Birthday for no reason moves somebody to tears, are you allowed to say that their
Right.
emotional
And
depth
that's
is shallow?
That's the problem with it all. Is because you
Yes.
look at it, and you go, "Wow, that is
Right? Are you?
garbage." But are you okay with mediocrity, or is it that I just have a knack for pulling that shit out? And
Or is there something about those notes that touch the
Yeah.
soul of that
one man's
person
trash
so
is another
fucking
one's treasure?
deeply?
That's
Yeah.
pretty
It's
much
like
it.
the
And it
brown
just so happens that they were born and now
The brown
exist,
note.
and now those notes, happy birthday to
Right.
It just,
bro.
just
People
you know,
who-
You're like
people who
making
don't
it psychotic now.
People who don't get Rick and Morty. You know, you watch Rick and Morty, people don't get it. We just had this conversation. It was like, all right, so now I'm going to prejudge you because you don't get it.
Yeah.
Like, there's...
But I am going to prejudge you.
But I am going to prejudge you. Pickle Rick! You will be prejudged.
I did my job. Here we go.
I love Rick and Morty. I'm a massive fan.
Right.
But there are parts of Rick and Morty where there are story leaps. There are bridges to get from A to B that may not be congruent to what one would consider a more realistic way that things would go.
Oh, but I'm talking about like the most minuscule.
But isn't the point of that to make you laugh?
Yeah.
To be humorous, the fact that it doesn't make sense.
If
and
you
like,
understand
hey,
it.
Yeah.
If you understand
You
it.
really
But then
go
again,
into
there's
Rick and
different
Morty
types of
looking
humor.
for realism?
This shit got philosophical.
It really
Shit.
did.
It's a losing game.
Doesn't
Because it's
add
just
up
one,
sometimes.
it connects to the other.
Yeah.
You just keep going along with it.
What's up, Damien's in the chat. So, I think we need to cut to our second break.
All right.
And
Oh no!
You look so concerned about it.
Oh no!
I just can't believe
no,
how
not
fast
the second break.
how fast the
Let's
time
talk
went
to Keith
by.
before the break
it's
because
okay.
we're going to set
45.
up for him during the break.
Right,
and
so
then we'll
Keith
be
Kenny's going to
here
perform
after.
tonight, which is going to be amazing. So let's talk to you now about what's going on.
Amazing is subjective.
Yeah, well,
My art could suck just like the guy who's.
it might suck and we will shut you down.
Yes, shut it down.
Immediately.
We have a mute
For
button.
being
Yeah.
mediocre.
We do. We really do.
We do.
Yeah.
Talk to us. What's going on in Keith Kenny's world, dude? Dude, this dude travels all over the damn planet, man. All over the planet, man.
I try to get around. It's a vague question.
That repeat was great.
Could you direct it a little like?
Like, do you have any releases? Do you have
Well,
any
I'm working
shows?
on a new record. I work on them really slowly, I find, because I find it hard to create and play gigs and promote and do all the things, kind of like a juggling act.
So
And
you
then
don't stop performing when you're working on
no,
it?
I can't. I mean, back in the day, you used to like bands that had some kind of a following or a touring record or whatever. Like they would get an advance, for like at
rent
least
a
10
house, record an
grand,
album.
20 grand. They
Yeah.
rent a house, record an album. They had all these cool stories.
Yeah.
And I don't have that, so I'm kind of doing it at the luxury of my own time, which is not a luxury at all. But you kind of torture yourself a little bit. But I try to do it like fast enough so that I don't hate the project by the end of it.
Perfect.
But
That's all you can ask for, right?
yeah. But I'm trying to get a release done by the fall is the goal. So I'm still like I had a real productive time during the winter, and then I had a bunch of studio projects come in. I've been recording other bands and stuff as a side income
Do
thing.
you put it out yourself, or do you?
I usually release it myself. Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, I had a small label deal. They had like distribution. It was just going to be a distribution deal, which I thought, hey, distribution's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
they
get
want
it
you
out
to
there
make
to
it,
a.
right?
Well, yeah, they wanted me to make it,
Yeah.
right, and then it just fizzled out altogether. It's like signed the deal, the album went out, and then it just kind of all in the most music business form kind of just fell to the wayside, which is pretty common. I'm kind of used to that mentality of when you're pursuing something that you love and it's your passion. Like it's not going to be an overnight.
Was that for like physical media or like digital?
The goal was at the time to put out a digital record first, and then for the next release go physical. And by the time I had the next release ready, which I was totally ready to be on board with, making a lot of copies of it and probably investing a little like promotional money into it, the deal had gone south because the affiliation with they had an affiliation with Sony, and that affiliation had basically dried out. I think because they weren't putting out enough content at the time.
You should check out DistroKid. You ever heard of that?
I've heard of that. Yeah.
You just put it on there and
You do it yourself, and you get all of it. You don't have to give
it
any
goes
of it
all
up.
over the place.
Right.
Spotify, I think. All
Yeah,
of it.
I do that myself. I use CD Baby. That's that's another
It's still
one.
around.
It's
Wow.
still around, but they
Yeah.
take a cut. I've heard DistroKid doesn't take a cut.
Yeah. I heard
I
a
think
lot
there's
of good
pros
things
and
about that
cons.
one.
Pros and cons to both of them.
Yeah, I'm
but,
sure. Yeah.
But you're kind of, doing things the new way too, really.
I
You're-
think I'm kind of doing it a little the old way. I think the new way is like more YouTube
But your
video
Instagram
content.
is amazing.
Singles or full albums?
Interesting. I usually do full album because that's the way that I like to digest
Isn't
music.
that like the new way now, where it's like all about the single?
Yeah,
you don't need an album, just
No,
make
yeah,
a song,
yeah.
put it out.
I think the new way is more like you develop a media presence, like a social media presence with videos. I'm finding most artists that are really crushing it, and you see like their following build are putting out like a cover song a week.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I've actually thought about it.
You don't need to do that.
He
But
did,
you
but we
do-
did
but-
watch him cover a Tool song, and it was
Yeah, his
But-
Tool cover's fucking
Yeah,
incredible,
but I haven't known of an artist that's coming
Yeah.
up. And actually, when I think about it, even like the artists that I liked in like the early, late '90s, early 2000s, like Marilyn Manson, for instance, I was a big fan when I was in that influential age.
Sure.
Sweet Dreams was his first really big, huge hit.
I
That
don't
was a
think
cover
covers
song.
are a horrible thing. It's just
No, I'm just saying that your Instagram is so good because
I don't even know what you mean by that.
Because okay, so you have the Red Suitcase tour thing,
Right.
And your suitcase is not just something you travel with, but it's something you use as an instrument. So the way that it sort of is a part of you and a part of your journey all around the world, I always found that to be very, very fascinating. And you go to a lot of fascinating places all over the planet.
Yeah.
And I feel like you could play that shit way up on Instagram too. And your music is awesome. And I think if you were to put more of those things out there on Instagram, I feel like you've already got what it takes there. Like, it's really amazing.
Yeah, I guess it's just I don't know how you cut through the noise of there are a lot of
you just be good
people doing you
And
just
you
be
are
good.
good.
Yeah, but then you also need a thing or a guy or the right place, right time kind of. You need something to.
Yeah.
Just put a picture of a hot girl on every song cover, and that's it. That's all it needs on YouTube.
Yeah.
And you get like 1 million views.
Yeah.
It's-
there are easy ways to go. On you, like you said, a hot chick. Put her out there.
It's terrible, yeah, but that's how they all get millions of views that
Well,
way.
yeah, but the
and it could be
independent
it could be
music scene
trash.
is like that.
Yeah.
Like it's so odd. It's
Ugh.
so just there's no algorithm. It's like
Yeah.
that'll be cool this month, and it takes off for a year, and then 8 other people just like that show up. And
Yep.
it's a hot item, and then the next thing you know,
And then
it's
the number 9.
not.
Yeah, it's weird.
Do you consider yourself more or less of a backpacker? Because most backpackers I don't have suitcases.
A backpacker, like
You
on the
consider
trail.
yourself more of a backpacker? Because you're all over the world with minimal shit. all the
No,
time.
it's
So are
it's
you
it's
like
not as
a-
minimal as you think, and a lot of people they're always like, oh yeah, no,
Packing through Europe.
we'll be talking about a show coming up. It's like, don't worry, you have like no gear, you're fine. I'm like,
Oh, they
that's because you don't have to
minimize
set it
how
up
many
every fucking
suitcases.
night.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I gotta carry around like 3 50-pound suitcases full of shit.
Everybody has this perception where you're like got like 2 suitcases.
Yeah, they think I just
and
walk around. I was on tour once, and I played with a guy who just had an acoustic guitar, and a kazoo, and a fold-up chair, like one of those folding, party chair. And during like part of the set, he ended up getting up on the chair and doing this like balancing act, and he stole the show. And I'm like, man, this fucking guy, shows up with nothing, no gear. He carried 12 pounds of gear in here, and he showed me up. And I'm after his set, I knew the room was smoked. It was done. The entertainment had been served. There was no following it. I was over it. And I'm like, oh yeah, Mr. Suitcase guy is gonna set up all his pedals and his electronics, and it's done. And he did. He won the show.
You were in Europe for a while, like a year?
I've been going every October is kind of the deal right now.
What's your favorite place to play there?
I've been kind of centralized on the east coast of the UK, so I haven't really gotten out of the UK yet. I played in Ireland like many, many years ago, but that was kind of like half vacation, half playing. And the last couple trips to the UK have been just like trying to figure out where I can play that I can come home with some money maybe and like find a fan base. But I've found that I have a feeling sometimes over there and even over here that music in the instrumental form and like some guy that's good at guitar and maybe good at orchestrating things on instruments is kind of an older draw to an older audience.
It's marginal.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It's lyrics are younger type of.
Yeah, like you know, I'm into Dylan and Neil Young, and I mean, like their predecessors like Jack White now. You know, he's like the guy carrying the torch, and I think he's an amazing artist, and I love the work he's done. But is there room for another guy that's trying to do something like that in the next 5 to 10 years? You never know. They kind of hit during a time where like it's all like bubbles and waves in the music industry.
Yeah.
And as like a musician or a writer, everyone's looking for like a wave. There's a wave, and they're like, oh, you know, are you famous? Like you're a musician, you do it full time? Like no, I'm kind of broke and I play in a lot of bars.
I just like doing what it is.
But people don't understand.
But people think that if you're a musician, you immediately the end result is fame and The Voice or American Idol, which I don't think is going anymore. But that's like the #1 question that every bar singer gets. You're so good, you should be on American Idol or The Voice or America's Got Talent.
Yeah, horrible.
And I don't know. I guess there's a stigma that comes with that, obviously. Yeah. In this room.
Well, no. Hold on.
There's a lot of lunatics that do that show, so it's kind of it sucks that there is a stigma.
Yeah, right. That's the part.
Yeah.
That's the part that sucks.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, for me, it's just the only reason I really started doing it because I want to try to reach the potential as like a musician that I could, and I'm always you're always trying to do that. You're always trying to catch the carrot that's in front of you. Like, can I just get a little better today? Yeah. And just incrementally, you feel like you make strides, but it takes a while.
Yeah.
But I'm in it for the long haul.
Performance.
Yeah, performance.
It's a hard thing to do.
Performance,
in terms of competition with everybody. And like you said, that ebb and flow like occurs in almost every genre of music. So like the people that come into the more technical side, or they bring in more of the synthesizers and the electronics and the things that are more like they'll steal the show for a little bit. Then that shit gets old. And but like you said, that era, there's like a traditionalist point of view where that stuff was respected. And from a musician standpoint, it's still respected in the musician world.
And musicians will look at it,
But for fan bases, it's like it's the way
that comes and goes.
It's the way people view the Beatles or they view Elvis or something. Like there aren't crooners, there aren't people like, and those kind of things are still really fucking awesome if you're a musician. But for the average, you know, they're stuck in the era in which they live, and old school music is old school.
But that's changing too.
You would hope so.
I mean, think like, the generations are. I think the mentality is changing. Where it used to be like, oh, this is what I listened to when I was young, and now it's becoming, I listen to everything.
Oh yeah, you're not compartmentalized.
Yeah, it's becoming less. It's starting to, the borders are evaporating. It's almost like anything is.
But what I think is cool is the way that we kind of like nostalgically remember the bands of the '60s or the '50s, like the doo-wop hits and the stuff like that. Right, the kids that are now alive, that are from the '90s or the 2000s when they were born. Yeah, they, whether they really buy into it or not, revere bands like Nirvana, and they like bands from, the era of Rage Against the Machine. And we're talking about different genres. Well, they wear the shirts, but some of them actually like the music. My boy was at a punk and hardcore show the other day, and what was that? I don't know where the hell you came from.
He's got to get.
He was at a punk and hardcore show the other day, and the kid was dressed. The whole band that opened up for the show looked like they were straight out of like '96 in the hardcore scene.
Yeah, right.
So there's kids that nostalgically attach themselves, where they're musically inclined to do stuff like that. Like in the metal scene, there's kids that are out that are 17, 18 years old that are like never classically trained guitar players, but they play because they learned from the bands that we think were cool because of the same age as us, and now nostalgically for them, they look up to those bands the way that we may have revered Jimi Hendrix, so on and so forth.
I had a terrible experience with nostalgia, with doo-wop, as a matter of fact.
Go on.
I believe the white gentleman amongst the sea of white people in the audience, amongst the sea of the white musicians behind him, had mentioned how rap is crap, and I couldn't help but think to myself, you guys stole black people's music.
Well, there's absolutely an evolution to it. Yeah, for sure.
Why is this
I feel like the bar of musicianship has raised too. Like,
Yeah, sure.
You know, there's
In every genre.
a million amazing guitar players. There's a million amazing drummers out there.
Yeah.
A million amazing bass players.
A million
And-
amazing rappers.
But the hard thing is finding that little.
You gotta find
you
the current
find your
niche.
path.
Yeah, you gotta find.
And I'm not saying it's a niche. It's just the path that works for you as
Oh no, I mean,
with your-
for you,
Yeah.
you find your path, but like to sell, to make
Oh, yeah.
money, to go out
That's
there,
where you need the niche,
It's
yeah.
really frustrating.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
I mean, my dad was a blues musician and a jazz musician, and I grew up in that kind of like aspect of things. And I've been playing music for the last 18 years, and like you play shows, you go on tour, you sell a bunch of stuff if you try.
Yeah.
But we're in an age where people don't buy merchandise.
Yeah, right.
They want everything digitally downloaded. All of this stuff has become so convenient that the natural artist who actually has put effort into it. Look at the people that, I mean, not taking away from the talent of the people that make millions of dollars, but a lot of it is not really, I mean, very few and far between are there really good artists.
Yeah.
Like people that really value the band that plays with them, not the DJ. You know, I'm not taking anything away from electronics or anything like that, but like the band that's playing with them makes the artist. If the vocals are there and stuff like that. In that kind of element of music, we've lost that a little bit. It's kind of it's blurred now because there's just so many crossovers and things that have affected that the natural artist, the good singer with the good vocals, the ones that are, you know, like.
Dude, what I've seen, man, is that there's just as much of a relevant market with the cover scene where you got these people that recreate shows that happened in generations past. And,
Sure.
and it is just as profitable and just as relevant as a thing as what you're discussing right now.
But think about the
It's-
market
it's an
of
equal 50-50
Oh
split
yeah, think
between
about the
the two.
market
It's
of cover
fucking
bands in
crazy.
general.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, man.
You could leave doing what you're doing tomorrow. I could leave what I'm doing
just don't
tomorrow
like
and
people
find
making
people,
money off other
and we
people's
could
work.
Yeah, I
build a
know.
cover band, and we could play every week and make $2,000 to play where we're
Why is
playing.
that?
So hold on a second. So we have to get to our second break soon.
Is John
and
gonna read
John is gonna read.
before the break, right?
Do you want him to read before the break or when we come back?
Are we doing a show?
Well,
I thought we were doing a show cam and-
I'm only saying that because the cameras are going to be pretty altered after, so this might be the best time for John.
Okay. So I think John is.
Everything is going to be shifted over
But
from
it's-
Keith after.
it's a
Hey, John, you done taking a
It's
piss?
difficult.
Yes.
Okay, so hold on a second. So before that happens,
Keith after, so maybe now you should.
so John's gonna read his
I'll read my
special
speech.
final word.
And then
We're gonna cut to a break that's gonna be cut short so we can get Keith Kenny ready. Keith Kenny's gonna perform tonight. And where can people find you online?
KeithKenny.com.
Awesome.
Remember
Got it. That's it. KeithKenny.com, motherfucker.
All
Don't
right.
type in motherfucker.
Yeah, don't type. All right.
Or do.
You don't know exactly where it'll bring you.
KeithKenny.com, motherfucker.com.
Yeah. I think you should change
Someone
it.
buy that name.
You should get
I spell motherfucker wrong.
Right.
With a lot of
How
A's.
many K's, how many E's, how many R's?
John Lacki,
Yes,
your
hi.
special final
Redirect.
word. It's supertmh2.com.
Okay. Real quick. Is reality real? I read an interview with a philosopher named. Oh no.
Wait, hold on.
Alright, we're gonna have to recreate everything that happened in the last 10
Alright, let's do it all over.
All right.
The Stones walked away and everything's all stupid.
Wait, S is it better? Freddie Fry, is it volume better?
Let's wait for the delay.
And it is dude, the blurry part, I'm sorry, is probably on your end, not our end. We're clear here. It might be Facebook that's doing it. Is the sound better, dude? Yeah, I know. It's worth it though. I want it to be right.
It only looks good on here though, because this is a tiny resolution though.
Yeah, but it's flowing clearly.
Whatever that is.
Dig what I'm
He's got a good
saying?
flow rate.
Yeah.
That's what
You
he's
know
trying
what I
to say.
mean?
You got your flow right.
Sounds better a tad. Dude, push microphone 1 and 2 up.
Yeah.
That'll be better.
Man, that was a long wait.
Thanks, Stone.
Yeah. Okay.
We good?
Sure.
A tad. Yep. Okay. I think we're okay now. You push the master up a hair too.
I did that already.
Well, all right. Do it again.
Do more?
Yeah, do it more. All right. John
Yeah.
Lacki, I'm sorry. Your
Yeah, no
special
worries.
final word.
All right, let's go. Okay, so starting over. Is reality real? I read an interview with a philosopher named Nick Bostrom, author of The Simulation Argument, and he says no. chances are pretty good that the human race is living inside a simulation. Most of the interviewer's questions involve some variation of, okay, but remember that part in the second Matrix where Morpheus had a sword on top of the truck and is driving real fast down the highway? Was that real? But one non-Matrix question stood out as particularly chilling. The question was, 2 tech billionaires are secretly working with scientists to break us out of the simulation. How do you feel about this? I'm going to step in for Nick and answer the question for him and also as him. First of all, that's a great question. Thanks for asking. Secondly, I feel extremely fucking bad about it, and I, Nick Bostrom, master of realities both simulated and real, will stop at nothing to ensure that that never happens. I'm going to smoke my pipe now because that seems like something I would do. Next question. There's one tech billionaire that I can picture hiring a team of scientists to expose the scam of our reality. Maybe someone that, I don't know, recklessly runs an electric car company. Maybe he started smoking weed in his 40s and still calls things epic bacon for the win. The tech billionaire sitting across from Joe Rogan explained that there's an intergalactic demon out there in space and it's crying because it's sad and our reality lives inside one of its teardrops. That's wild, Joe Rogan replies. What's Grimes like? Imagine working for one of these Silicon Valley psychopaths. Did you feel that? Your boss suddenly appears in your cubicle wearing those Morpheus shades that clip onto your face. Mother of God, we had a tear. He's staring at the wall like he can see the fabric of time and space unraveling in front of him. Now he's touching all of your pens, muttering about their high-definition graphics. The mainframe, she's glorious, he sighs. Let's say you're a hired scientist and you figure it out. You make a PowerPoint presentation for your boss filled with star wipes and cool gifts, and the last slide says, yes, we're in a simulation, as a MIDI version of Life is a Highway plays in the background. Now what? Do you think your tech billionaire boss is going to share your findings with the world? Become computer Khaleesi, breaker of blockchains? No, he's going to create new realities. Gross tech billionaire realities. Imagine buying toilet paper on Amazon. Pretty boring, right? Well, what if every time you bought toilet paper in the real world, 150,000 other yous in the same number of realities also bought toilet paper at the same time? Think of how convenient that would be for you. Think of all the money you'll save somehow. This is good. We call it SimSaver Plus, and it's available today, and it's mandatory, and it's starting at $9 a month per reality, and if you don't subscribe, we'll kill you. This is a hot take, I know, but tech billionaires have fucked up this reality enough. Sure, their companies add gay pride colors to their Twitter avatars in June, and offer their thoughts and prayers when a worker throws themselves off the roof of their warehouse, but they're not going to save you. You know who's going to save you? Keanu goddamn Reeves. In this reality and beyond, always saving you, always shooting dudes in the head forever and ever. Amen.
Thank you, John Lacki.
Thanks.
So good to see you, man.
Yeah. Really did. Really didn't know I was going to bring it back around, but I did.
So listen, we're cutting to our second break, but it's going to be cut short. Don't even follow the timer in the corner.
No timer.
And we're just going to get set up here. It's just going to be a couple of minutes. We're going to come
Time
back.
doesn't exist.
Keith Kenny live.
It's a reality.
Give us a moment.
I saw Nick Bostrom as part of a panel when I made him go to
You're listening to Ice. And the face.
I want to put a new story out there. Buzz might have left his poop on the moon.
Buzz Aldrin.
That's what I say. Who gives a shit? Right,
He
Buzz
did.
Aldrin,
He
right?
gave a shit.
He left the shit is what he did.
Yeah, he left. Yeah.
He gave a shit to the moon.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But let me just tell you something. There's something about an article like this
I
that
was about to
bothers
say,
me.
yeah. I got a questions too. Go ahead.
There are so many important things that come from going to the moon that this article had to point out, hey, there might be a shit up there.
Okay.
Now, I wonder how the shit holds up in space. I wonder if it freezes. Is it more preserved? Is there sort of a crushing sort of feeling? Sarah, you're in
no crushing.
There's no shit crushing going on
There's
the
no
moon.
reason why there would be.
I don't mean.
Well, I don't think he just let it. It's not like
roll
floating
down
around.
his leg or something or whatever.
Yeah,
Kick it out
exactly.
of
Like
shoe.
it's not bouncing around up
I
there.
would love to take my pants up
You
on the
see
moon.
like this fucking flag then floating right by.
Yeah, there's just a turd floating by.
No, so let's think about this. I
Sure,
mean,
let's do it.
Go into the conspiracy of the whole thing.
Sure.
I mean, people always talking about the moon landing is fake and all kind of shit.
Was it?
Yeah, but did you see that shit flying around? Who put that there?
But that's the thing, though. So,
Right,
like,
it's a
okay,
space shit.
you mean to tell me that he got this vacuum sealed suit on to preserve his fucking life force and shit.
Sure,
keep all the air in his body.
Right.
Contained in this goddamn suit.
Right.
And he was somehow able to unzip his ass flap and drop a turd on the motherfucking moon.
Well, maybe his butthole was sort of vacuum sealed, so it was just asshole first. But I got to tell you, I would laugh my balls off if I were on the moon and I had the opportunity to drop the ass flap down and just take a dump and just watch it float around, float around the moon.
It is like
I don't think it's just a free range piece of shit.
You think he had like diarrhea? So it's just like brown liquid.
No, I don't think he was exposed at all.
I'd have shit in a bag and let it out then, man, just for the fuck of it. Just to say my turd is going to float around here long after I'm dead.
That really stupid idea would have cost like $100,000.
Oh, so you think it's premeditated? He was inside the ship.
He had that with him before he took off from Earth.
Exactly. So like he pooped in a bag.
Right.
You know, zero gravity in space. I wonder how that would work. Because all right, you have gravity here on Earth to pull the shit out your ass when you're sitting on the toilet.
Well,
if you're shitting in zero gravity, I mean, is it fighting against you? Is it trying to push the turd back in your ass? You know what I'm saying? So I mean,
just kind of feel like
so many variables here.
I wonder how the shit feels coming out in zero gravity.
Because, like, I'm pretty sure it's like trying to wiggle to the left, wiggle to the right.
Right. It's sort of yanking up. It's sort of yanking up because your shit's trying to float away, so your butthole's getting sort of pulled in a way that it's never been pulled before.
It's not getting pulled at all, but you'd feel it against your ass as it floated up. It'd be like if you were shitting in water.
I don't know.
I've never shit in the water before.
I bet you have.
I have reservations about that because, like, I mean, your butt is a vacuum. Because, like, you push the turd out,
vacuum.
And then it kind of pucker back up and it's going to pull water in.
Right.
with you too. So I don't even know how that's connected down there.
Oh my God, I never even thought about the last moment that the tip of the shit leaves and then your butthole sucks back up.
Yeah.
Right. So you're going to be sucking in
chlorine, water.
Well, I was thinking of space. So you're pulling in sort of antioxygen. What's in space?
Antioxygen.
Like would it just be easy for your intestines?
Like, I don't want you to breathe.
like would your butthole just sort of be sucked out into space?
Yeah,
would you die asshole first?
Like the pink sock.
You wish.
Yeah, right. You just truncated anus just pulled out into the vacuum of space. What do you mean I wish? What the hell does that fucking mean? I don't wish for it. I am legitimately scientifically curious about what happens if I pull my bare asshole out in the vacuum of space and take a shit. Is it just going to pull everything out with it?
I don't know. I hope I'm not trying it. So
I'll tell you, she knows.
You know. I can see it in your eyes.
Yeah.
Your glasses tell me all that I need to know.
If you were in a ship in the middle of space and then a hole got punctured in the side of your ship.
Right.
And you were had your ass cheeks open.
Right. I often do.
It would suck you basically, well, depending on the way you were pointing, it could suck you ass first through the hole.
Okay.
Or at least close.
Like on Alien Resurrection.
Right.
But you'd have to be really aimed in the direction to make it really pinpoint accurate.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. So like Alien Resurrection, which was reenacted in Avengers Infinity War.
Right.
Exactly. I got it. You punch your hole and just get...
you just pulled out of your own asshole. You're turned wrong side out out of your own asshole is basically what it is.
It's like pulling the sock
right
off
side in.
Where do your bones go in that case?
Just wherever.
They would just be released? They'd all separate?
I know your muscle hold all that together, though.
That's what I'm saying. Right? So your muscles and...
You'll be looking like one of them wacky inflatable arm flailing tube men.
That's right. With a turd floating around your head.
Because you created your own gravity.
Right.
There's just a guy that photoshops shit at NASA. He just puts a shit in every space picture.
He's like, hey guys, I made it look like Buzz took a shit in the moon. Let's put it on the internet.
Let's see how far we can take this.
Yeah, see how far we could take this.
That flat Earth thing really went crazy after a while.
I know. I mean, it's the climate that we live in. I mean, if it pops up on the internet, this might be some truth to it, I guess.
There's definitely going to be a group supporting it. That's for sure.
Flat that Earth.
The flat Earth hasn't really shown us what the internet is really capable of, I think, though.
I mean, but at this point, I mean, we've been around for millennia,
right?
Or whatever. Do it fucking matter if it's round or flat? I mean, I'm surviving. I'm living in this bitch.
But
right?
if it didn't matter, then you wouldn't have been able to get here. Your GPS wouldn't work. Your phone, your
Oh,
cell
okay.
phones wouldn't work.
You talking about on that kind of level?
Yeah,
I'm just
right,
like, it's like Trump. I mean, it doesn't affect me in my day to day, so I don't give a fuck about it. you
Right,
know?
right.
So, I mean,
so
I'm
I
not
don't
leaning off to one side, and I'm just going off into the abyss of space with turds and shit.
We should be though.
That's what the space junk really is, just big shits from astronauts floating around. But dude, I'll tell you what though, if you are in the vacuum of space and a big turd fucking swings around the earth and hits you between the eyes, it's gonna cleave your head in twain.
Good.
That's for sure.
It's a way to go out.
Charmin now selling a roll of toilet paper that can last up to a month, since we're on the subject.
Yeah, but those are just the toilet that's basically the rolls that you see when you go
What
to use a
ply is
public
that?
restroom.
I wonder what ply it is.
It's probably a half a ply.
Right, yeah. So
it's that
yeah.
crappy paper that you see when you go to the grocery store bathroom.
Right,
It's
you-
like a 70-pound roll.
Yeah, you go to wipe your ass, and instead what you end up with is a bunch of ripped paper and fingertips covered in shit.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking at this right now, and I would not like to apply that to my ass.
Hey-o! I wouldn't like, no way, dude. And then, by the way, this is all subjective anyway. Who the fuck are you to tell me how long a toilet paper fucking roll is going to last? I buy these fucking toilet paper rolls, like, oh, this is going to last a week. I'm like, yeah, we'll see about that.
I go to Costco and buy in bulk.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I didn't learn about Costco until the watch with Ben Stiller and all them, and moving to Texas to where they have a plentiful amount of Costco's.
Okay, all right.
Also, another thing I didn't know about was a grocery chain called H-E-B, which is delightful. Matter of fact, I went there yesterday, and this is like
I've never heard of that one.
Yes, which is here. Let me show you the meat selections that they have there.
Meat selection.
Yes, they have a extraordinary deli.
Okay.
Let's see where we at. I know I saved this motherfucker. I probably erased it, but it is on my Instagram, which you can follow at _Rob. I know that's convoluted as fuck, but 3R Show was taken by this punk motherfucker.
Yeah, right.
Who goddamn have only 2 pictures on that bitch from years ago, and he don't use the motherfucker for nothing. Now I went to his DM and I tried to daggone message him and tried to get Instagram.
I was gonna say, offer him $100, dude.
Motherfucker, I tried and he
Yeah.
don't motherfucking answer me. Son of a bitch.
Sarah, what's the next topic?
Oh, let's see.
There it is. Bacon wrapped jalapeno cornbread stuffed pork tenderloin.
Dude, I saw you post that. I saw you post that, dude.
Like it
There's
just
so
sounded
much
like
to
took a
unpack
bunch
there.
of extra shit they couldn't sell and mushed it all in together.
That's what it was. Can you read it one more time? What is that?
It is bacon wrapped.
Okay, sounds good so far.
Jalapeno.
Okay, burning now.
I've had bacon wrapped jalapeno individually with a little bit of cream cheese or sausage.
Sure.
Delicious.
Sure.
So bacon wrapped jalapeno, cornbread stuffed pork tenderloin.
Yeah, that's a lot. That right there, that's a morning of hot shits. You're gonna need the
You're gonna need the moon landing for that.
you're gonna need the moon landing and some Charmin 1 month 1 month toilet paper for that, because there's gonna be some blood to soak up too. You know what I mean? If you're shitting out fucking bacon jalapeno, you know, we're talking about some shit here.
Oh, that guy looks interesting. Is that a Florida man?
Man admits ghost did not plant meth in his home, court records show. Just in case you were wondering, this guy thought that ghost.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
it says Louisiana.
Yeah, well,
that's where I'm from. I'm
listen,
sorry.
no offense, Rob, but a lot of these stories come from the South and the Midwest.
Oh,
and
I understand that.
I don't know what the fuck's going on out
They
there.
mostly come from Florida.
A lot of it's from Florida. But he admits a ghost didn't do it. So thank God for that, because I was concerned that a ghost may have done it.
Yeah, I don't believe in ghosts.
Yeah,
Pretty
no,
sure
yeah,
one person
anybody
could
rational.
look at this guy and be like, "Yeah, dude, it's probably you and you forgot."
Yeah, it was probably you. And
I mean, I'm looking at this guy.
Sure.
I mean, he has some features about him that to make me think that like maybe 15 to 20 years ago that he might have been a handsome dude.
That's what I think.
Might have had a lot of ladies that would submit to his will and whatnot.
But it's falling apart.
Yes, that's what it looks like. He's disheveled.
I wonder if it was the meth that did it.
Yeah, I wonder. But
I wonder.
If
Well,
the,
how would-
if the
how
ghost
would
hadn't
it-
done it.
Yeah, I wonder how would an individual like this get introduced to meth though.
Right.
You know, that's the things that I look. That's the things that I think about when I look at stuff like this. It's just like,
Because if he
where did
combed
it
his
go
hair,
wrong?
yeah, right. If he combed his hair and put him in a suit, he might be a lawyer. You know what
And
I
then,
mean?
like, I'm looking at his age range. He looks like an older gentleman and everything, but he still has a head full of hair. Which, on the other hand, I am a 37-year-old male kind of healthy or whatever, and I have none.
Right.
And I've been losing it since I was 23.
And
so
now you
I don't
gotta
understand
wonder.
this.
And now I gotta wonder if you smoke some meth.
Would
it come back?
You know
what I mean? Because I wonder the same. Look, I might have a mohawk, but don't let it fool you. The front of the hairline is a little bit questionable. You know what I mean? So I understand that.
Mine look like the bat symbol, so that's why I got to keep it shaved. So it go all in different directions and shit.
I don't know. I feel for the man though. I look at him and I say, I see what you're saying. Back in the day, maybe he was really.
Imagine if he wasn't trying to bullshit people. Imagine if the whole time he really thought that it was a ghost, and then one day he was like, "Wait a minute, I don't think that." No, that was me.
Yeah,
I did that.
Yeah.
I did that shit with the meth.
For some reason, every time I smoke meth, I forget.
better tell them I was wrong.
Yeah, right, guys. It wasn't the ghosts. It was me.
That goes to show you he had some kind of moral compass when he was a kid. He had somebody kind of guiding him in the right direction. He haven't abandoned those core values.
Honey, if you ever get caught with your meth here, you fess up.
You fess up.
Have a goddamn sense of morals.
Right, for fuck's sake. It's not ghosts, you piece of shit.
Unless it's a zombie condom.
Unless it's a zombie condom, and then it might be ghosts.
So a zombie's a ghost? You think
No, a zombie's not a ghost.
Okay, so because they can't walk through.
I don't know. I mean,
It's just
I never
half-living
really
meat.
thought of it that way.
Because ghosts
but
are dead, zombies are dead.
Yeah, they're all dead. One's just meaty and one isn't.
No, it's virus-filled meat that's attacking the nervous
Well,
system.
it depends on what type of zombie world you're discussing.
And that's all the same, really. At the end, when it was some of them like coffee.
Well,
or
if it's someone that has a virus and looks dead, then that's not the same thing.
Right. I don't know.
So you got 3 choices, and I'll let you pick.
Okay.
Which zombies would you prefer?
Okay.
The fast ones?
Okay.
The slow ones? Or the ones from the movie Warm Bodies?
Listen, hold on a minute. When you say prefer,
yeah.
Are you zooming? That's this one right here.
Are you zooming? Hello, can you see it? You zooming? Hey, what is that, velvet?
I can see it. You're not zooming.
Freddie Fry, you got us now? Can you hear us now?
Tony Tedesco in the house. You're good. Cool. So am I just going for it here? Yeah.
So everybody, thank you for watching tonight. I just want to say that. Find more awesome talk and hit like and all that other shit, and follow us on Instagram and stuff. And I want to thank John Lacki for being here tonight, and I want to thank Keith Kenny for being here tonight before he performs. He's going to do a fucking amazing performance for us here tonight, man.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, brother. It's
welcome,
so
man.
good to see you, dude.
So Sarah mentioned this, and we were talking about cover songs. So I'm going to start with one because she mentioned it, and I want people to like me. There's a shadow just behind me, shrouding every step I take, making every promise empty, pointing every finger at me, waiting like a stalking butler, who upon the finger rests. Murder now the path called must we, just because the sun is called. Jesus, won't you fucking whistle? There's something but the past and done. Jesus, won't you fucking whistle? There's something but the past and done. Why can't we not be sober? I just want to start this over. And why can't we drink forever? I just want to start this over. And I am just a worthless liar. I am just an imbecile. Lie will only complicate you. Trust in me and fall as well. Well, I will find a center in you. Well, I will chew it up and leave. Well, I will work to elevate you, just enough to bring you down. Mother Mary, won't you whisper? There's something but the passing done. Mother Mary, won't you whisper? Something but the passing done. Why can't we not be sober? I just want to start this over. And why can't we sleep forever? I just want to start this over. And I am just a worthless liar. I am just an imbecile. I will only complicate you. Trust in me and fall as well. I will find a center in you. I will chew it up and leave. Trust me, trust me, trust me, trust me, trust me. Why can't we not be sober. I just want to start this over. And why can't we sleep forever? I just want to start this over. And I won't, well 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 I won't.
Oh, cool. All right, so I guess I'll just go right into another one. This is a new tune. It's called Broken Misery. It's a real pick-me-upper, happy-go-lucky tune. And what's funny for me is, like, I can hear all the loops and stuff, and you guys can't hear any of it, which is really hysterical. So you guys are just basically watching, like, an acoustic performance. That's not acoustic, really. So, like, you go home, you go like, man, that guy fucking sucked. Like, he sucked. Not gonna watch that. Then you watch it and you're like, man, that guy sucked. All right, this is called Broken Misery. sun will shine on me again. I'll feel it coming over. Rays of light all around. I know I'm getting older. Pick the pieces from the ground. I'll try to put them back together. There's so much broken We're switching cameras. All right, so I'm kind of debating on how many tunes I should do here. Maybe 2 more? 1 more? I don't want to keep you guys up all night. Staying up all night. It's an instrumental tune off my last record, and it's called Endless Caverns. All right. So, what do you think, Rick? One more? One more? 2 more? 6 more? How do we want to go out here? Do we want to go out heavy? Want to go out soft? Oh, how about a heart wrencher? Heart wrencher. Let's go a heart wrencher. Yeah, new one. Let's go with that. Old folk song. It's a folk tune. It's a heart wrencher. Promise. I'm gonna get it to sound just right though, so you gotta give me a minute. It's a heartbreaker. It's for those who got their hearts fucked. Their hearts got all fucked with. So I gotta change the tuning and all that. This is actually in standard tuning. Someone called me what? Osric Tentacles, way cool. Huh. This might be more pleasurable for people in the room. There are some effects on it, but it's not like a looping kind of song. The night grows dark, it gets cold again. Sometimes I wonder where you've been. And even though I've heard all the reasons why, you'll always be that star in my sky. If these walls could talk, they try to forget the time they've spent hearing me lament. 'Cause the pain I feel just can't be pushed aside. 'Cause you'll always be that star in my sky. Well, everyone I know says you did me wrong. Well, I never thought I'd have to sing this song, 'cause we promised our love until the day we die. So you'll always be that star in my sky. But I'll stand alone, I'll look up above. I can only imagine what you're dreaming of. What did you really mean when you said we could try? Was that your gentle way to pass me by? 'Cause it feels just like a dream flowing through my mind. The spaces in between, connected by a line. When I look for you, it seems like I was never left behind. 'Cause in the corner of my eye, you'll always be that star in my sky. Thanks. Awesome Talk, Season 7, Episode 11. Season 11, Episode 7. Thank you all. It's been a blast.
Thank you, everybody, for watching tonight and sharing. Everybody who's here tonight again. And that's Awesome Talk, Season 11, Episode 7. We'll see you right here again in 2 weeks. Oh, and thank you to our sponsor, Nevermore-Designs.com, Nevermore Designs. And thank you once again, Keith Kenny, for that wonderful performance. One more round of applause. One more drunken round of applause. Keith Kenny's disappeared behind the evil curtain. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much.